Twitch chat, what's up? Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Did you and Dexter coordinate? You both started at the same time. Oh, he was beating on the ceiling of the basement, so I was like, oh, he must be getting ready to go. He's always beating on stuff, beating off stuff, like, with Dexter's around, you know there's some beating happening. Beating on, beating off. Just, he's constantly beaten. I've never seen a man beat off that much, stuff. Just ceilings, other things. Hey everybody, what's up? How goes it? Quite Swadle, Desmond, Dr. Frank, MGAM, Super Combo Games, wow. Swede McGee, Pioneer Snail, Spicy Peppa Concuya, Surrector Necked. Kirsten's here, what's up? We want to RegisKillbin Spice Girls cover. I'm glad you caught that. I thought that snuck by. This has been a hot stream to start so far, man. Leber Schnitzel, Tomboy, Young Cashew, Eldon 98. Ever since the fingerprints. That's an interesting name, I gotta say. Yeah, man. Yeah, of course that talk. We're gonna talk about it. Guy Bides, hello. Wheel of Time, Arca. I know the feeling, Arca. No Sam, dude, what's up? You know what? You guys know what I put off more than anything? It's been on my list to get done forever. I'm the worst at invoicing sponsors. I have like 5 invoices I need to send out. I'm fine about doing the work, getting the videos out. I'm bad about getting paid, which is like the one thing you need to be doing. It's just like, once it's done, it's like the part that's important is out of my mind. So I always delay the invoicing. I have this big backlog of invoices I need to send out. And it's like the one thing you're supposed to be good at. I want to get Mrs. Kilbin to start doing it because she wants to help a little bit. And like that, I think it'd be a good thing for her to do. But just the worst. You need an accountant? Well, yeah. They can just keep the invoices then at that point. There wouldn't be any point doing the work. So no rag. Yeah, it sounds like only Shadowform might be the only Hall of Fame card coming back based on the way they framed that. Yeah, I would agree with that assessment, which makes me kind of sad. Do you break into Blizzard to get the latest news? No, we actually all knew about this. They told us this one early, so pretty much, I mean, not everybody, obviously, but a lot of the people who work with Blizzard and stuff knew about this one. So I took diligent notes and prepared the video ahead of time, waiting for it to get announced. That's why my video is a little bit bare bones. I didn't want to, I didn't know for sure classic format was getting announced. So I didn't talk about classic format. I was kind of hedging a little bit about what was safe. And, I figured the base core set was guaranteed, but beyond that, I didn't want to get myself in hot water. So I only talked about core set. And point everybody to the blog post to learn more. Hey, Pyro, what's up, dude? Yeah, so if you're late on the news or haven't seen yet, Hearthstone is getting a core set and a new classic format. What that basically means is classic and basic sets, as we know them today, are rotating to being wild instead of being standard formats. A new core set is coming in to replace them. It will be 235 cards, which will include an assortment of classic and basic cards, some wild cards coming back, some Demon Hunter stuff, 1 Hall of Fame card, and 29 new cards as well. And those will be free to everybody. Just have to unlock them through your level up, which most of you here probably have already done. Kirsten and Spice Girls, I love it. I love it. Thank you, Kirsten, for the 16 months. That's crazy. When is this live? They say when the expansion or rotation patch hits. So that would be usually a month or 2 from now. Or more than a month. More like 2 months from now, usually. How many cards in the basic classic set now? It's funny you say that. That's exactly what I was getting ready to look up. There are 143 basic cards and 240 classic cards. So the core set will be notably smaller than the current core set of the classic and basic set. So we're going to lose about a third of it or a little more, maybe 40% or something. Quick math there. You released a 19-minute video on this 5 minutes after the announcement. I actually released a 5-minute video on this 30 seconds after the announcement. I once it went live, I just double checked that my video matched up with everything that we were told, and double checked, and then pushed the button. Exactly, yeah. It's usually like early April, second week of April, but they talked about it might be March this year if they can keep the schedule like they want to or something. It does make the game feel cheaper if you don't have all the classic stuff. Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier for new players to get in and have a really good core set of stuff. I think this is a great change all around. I think it's a great change. Just a phenomenal way to keep the game fresh, to kind of work around certain design limitations that the classic and basic set might cause problems with. For instance, like, you know, Malygos. There's always stuff Malygos makes into problems because Malygos has so much spell damage. Well, maybe Malygos isn't in core, right?
Format.
That's him. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, everything's eventually going to be wild, man. Speaking of which, I guess the 29 new cards that are in the core set, since they don't have a home, it seems, perhaps those will move into the legacy set once they're done in core. I'm sure they're not just going to disappear. That would be lame. So I'm sure they'll move into Legacy to become part of Wild as well. I mean, obviously they're already part of Wild, but stay part of Wild. It means new expansions will be more impactful. It will mean that new expansions are a larger percentage of the meta every time moving forward. Because again, this is a smaller core set than the current Classic and Basic. Yes, great news. Do you know if Classic mode is the new game mode? I am fairly certain it is not the new game mode because it's called a format, not a mode. I think it sounds like it's going to be like we have standard and wild. I think it's going to be like standard, wild, and classic. You know what I mean? Like it'll be a format versus a mode. That's my understanding, at least. Of course, wait and see and double check and stuff, but yeah, see, Classic's reward system, rank systems, and season will function the same as standard and wild. Yeah, so it's not going to be a mode, it's going to be a format. So you can hit Legend in Classic and get your rewards that you would get the same as hitting Legend in standard. That's cool. I like that. Celestalon already said it's not the new mode. There you go. Confirmation for Blizzard themselves. It's not the new mode. More deck slots. Yes, I know. I told Blizz though. It's weird that we're getting multiples of 20. We're getting multiples of 9 now. When we had 9 classes originally, we should be getting multiples of 10 because we have Demon Hunter now. So you can't have 3 decks of every class. You can only have 2.7 decks of every class, right? Like 3 classes only get 2 decks, I guess. We all know for most people that's going to be 19 Warlock decks and something else. Classic seems like it would get old quick. Yeah, I'll be frank. I'm not super excited about Classic mode. Assuming it doesn't hit simultaneously with other stuff, we'll probably hop in there and fiddle around with it and play some decks and stuff. And I'll make a video or 2 talking about decks and stuff, I'm sure. But I don't anticipate spending a lot of time in Classic. I don't think that'll be something that's a big push for me or big focus at all.
Classic mode
basically
doesn't
just
sound like my thing, but I'll give it a try.
Totally agree. Yeah, I'll pop in, play some old decks, relive some nostalgia because I did play Hearthstone for 2 months during its release. So I played like May and June, I think, before Next Rammus came out. So yeah, I got a couple months of classic Hearthstone in me.
Cheers, man.
Hey, thanks, Aries, dude. Thanks. That said, I think it was an important. I think the reason that Classic was probably added is so that people didn't feel like their Classic and Basic cards were just going to be like totally useless, or at least to give them an extra way to be played. They're not totally useless because they're going into wild play, but I think Classic gives them like an extra way to use those cards. Which hey, I'm cool with that. It's free and it's a nice bonus. Some people will love it. I think some people want to relive those days. The simplicity's pretty nice. It seems like the new expansion will bring 350 plus new cards. No, I think it'll be 135 like normal. What do you mean? Why would it bring extra Paradox? I think The opposite is true. I think people will need to spend way less to be competitive in Hearthstone because, of course, that's going to be totally free. Aries, thanks for the 7 months. Coral Core for the 16 months. Hype Train active. Man, thanks, folks. Kicking off the Hype Train early. That's awfully nice of you. Appreciate it. Awfully nice of you. Is the core set not new cards? It is, but they're going to be free. Well, some is, not all of it. Some of it's old stuff, but it's all going to be free. It doesn't matter. It's going to be like,
check it out, maybe buy a new Omen PC while you're there.
Yeah, Pyro, yeah. Speaking of which, I actually need to get my Omen logo back up. We're back 100% with Omen. We actually have some cool stuff coming up, so I need to get my Omen logo back on stream as well.
I only know historically.
Yeah, Trombipulation. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Savage Roar and Warsong, Molten Giants and stuff, like crazy broken classic stuff. Like it's pretty interesting.
Regis. So yeah, folks, you should have dusted your Edwin.
Well, yeah, that's what we were telling people. Remember, we were like very clear about that. Like, hey,
choo-choo,
be careful to probably should dust your Edwin. I think that was in one of my videos. Like, hey, you should probably dust your Edwin. Although, yeah, oh yeah, you should have always, yeah, because he got nerfed. Yeah, of course, yeah. You might want it later for Wild or something, but still should have nerfed it. PCJ with 1,000 bits. Oh my god, dude. Pyro, thank you. Trumpipulation, thank you. Tributius, thank you. PCJ, thank you. Troll, not so troll question. Activision added Crash 4 into the Battle.net launcher. Huh, they added it into the Battle.net launcher, huh? I thought, oh no, there's still Call of Duty stuff there, yeah. I don't see that though. That's cool. Do I expect a thematic skin? Not in Hearthstone. No. Yeah, Innervate Yeti is like turn 1 Yeti's a game-winning play again. Exciting. I actually think there will be some developments in classic format that weren't there initially. I think people are a lot better at Hearthstone than they used to be. Much more efficient at killing people and going face and stuff. I think aggro decks will reign in classic, to be honest. I don't know though. I don't know. Somebody who has a closer feel on that meta may be better to answer that, but that's how it seems to me. Yeah, we'll talk about here in a second. I'm just still getting in the groove of the news, and then we'll talk about cards we want to see and stuff.
Meta. Now we have all the tools like HS Replay,
exactly, yeah,
and everything.
Yeah, that's gonna change a lot. Back then, we didn't really know. We have data. I still maintain players are actually better as well. So I'm really curious. I have a feeling there's gonna be like some aggro shaman or something, just like lightning bolts and like, you know, wind furies and all of these sorts of things that just kind of go nuts. But I don't know. I have a feeling it's gonna look different than the original version. I don't know what way it's gonna look different. 4 mana Leroy's nuts. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, I probably will spend like no more than a day or two in classic, and that's only if the window opens up where we're not doing a ton of other stuff at the same time. So I don't anticipate putting a lot of time into it.
Good until Tunnel Trog. I think Face Hunter is more likely.
Sure, yeah, maybe Face Hunter. Yeah, I shouldn't have used Shaman in an example. I just made up an example of refined aggro decks being possible more than we expected back then. Do you think classic format will open the door for more formats in coming years? Potentially. I'd be a little bit worried about... I would be a little bit worried about splitting the player base off too much, because then you get too many queues and there's like queue problems potentially. But
welcome, boys.
But yeah, I'd be fine with it if it's cool formats. I mean, I'm all for it. I think classic format will eventually fall off pretty hard. I think there will be a small, really dedicated player base. I think there might even be tournaments and stuff, like, you know, kind of grassroots esports commitments from people in the community who really, really love that. But it won't be a big part of the general player base because people get excited for new cards, right? And it's never going to get new cards. So, you know, people want to see the new shiny thing. PMog, dude, thanks for the 4 months. We missed the hype train, but who cares? I certainly don't care. I sure don't. I wish each legend card back was different. Me too. That'd be a sick change ratio. Yeah. Somebody asked about Whizbang. Yeah, indeed, Whizbang will remain in Wild. I mean, that was a freebie win for Blizzard. I wish he was in standard. I'm not going to complain too much because I think overall this is still a huge positive change. Everybody's getting a ton of free cards. Frankly, if you don't care about wild format, you can dust your classic stuff too and get a ton of extra dust. You could dust, what did we say, 240 cards. Because if the classic cards are used in core, you're just going to get them for free anyway.
And maybe epics.
Yeah, I would love a popper budget format. Would be great, yeah. I would love that too. That'd be fun to make content for. So, I mean, theoretically, if you don't want your classic cards, you can dust them. I wouldn't encourage that because they're still going to be good for duels, and assuming they're in the duels rotation and, you know, whatever wild stuff. I'm going to certainly keep all my cards, but absolutely a possibility that if you just are 100% sure you never want to do anything other than standard, no other potential game modes will interest you because we don't know what the game modes are going to look like, then you could dust your classic set for a big dust infusion as well. So from an economy standpoint, standard players are winning big in this one, I think. It's just a win. You're not going to get a full refund, but you're still going to be able to dust like a ton of legendaries for 400 dust apiece, which is like, you know, insane amount of dust, really, I think. How many legendaries are there in classic? 32 classic legendaries. That's pretty wild, man. That's pretty wild. 12,800 dust. You could get. Again, I don't encourage that, though. Play some wild. Have some fun. Do you think Brawl and Shield Slam are going to be included in the core set? I don't know. let's talk about that some. Let's actually do that. Let's break that down a little. In fact, I think this is a fun exercise. What cards would you guys think have to be in the core set? We're going to get 88 core set cards. Hey, Wobbly Tiger. Doing good today, man.
How are ya today?
Core set recipes might actually be competitive so that you don't need Witsbang theoretically. But yeah, bigger appeal of Witsbang was getting to play
True,
new
I guess.
cards. But for
That's
Blizzard,
an
it
interesting
is a
point.
bit of money lost too, I suppose.
Yeah, no, for Blizzard, it's totally an economy issue, I'm sure. I think that's 100% why, is it could cost them a lot of money, but still, it would be a win for us. But again, I'm not going to complain too much about Wizbang, because ultimately, I still think it's a good positive. But I think you're 100% right on all those points. So, Druid cards. What has to stay in core, guys? For now, at least. What cards are core to Druid? I think we could X most of these. I wish there was a way for me to, like, cross these out or something. Oh, you know what? Actually, I did screenshot this. Hold up. In anticipation for doing this in a video later. Hold up. Yeah, this is spicy stuff right here, guys. This is some spicy stuff right here. I am... Oh, whoops. Ah! No! Closed it. Oh, I'm really good at clicking, guys. I'm really good at clicking. Okay, so I took a screenshot of these. I am super prepared. Wow. So let's see. I can just draw some red on these. Where's my color thing? Oh, here we go. All right. So what cards do you guys think have... here's what I think. I think we could easily get... Oh, that's still white. Whoops. I think we could easily get rid of this guy, 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 this guy. These feel like the most core Druid cards to me. Oh, this guy.
Keep in mind it is 54 class cards. So it is 9
9 cards per class. Okay, yeah. I was just getting ready to ask that. Perfect. Thank you. You're ahead of me. You're ahead of me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, how is that 9 cards per class? There's 10 classes. Wait. What kind of math did you just do?
Sorry, it is 6 cards per class because 9 classes.
I was gonna say, wait a minute. And there's 10, but I don't know how Demon Hunter works. Yeah, Demon Hunter doesn't have... Yeah, Demon Hunter doesn't matter. So yeah. 6 per class, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I X'd 1 too many. Maybe like a Force of Nature to keep some token support. Oh, but that's also including basic. Yeah, I don't have basic here. Oh, yeah, shoot, of course. I only have standard here. Oh boy. I also have basic. This is going to be hard to figure out here, guys. I forgot about basic, dude. Oh my god, we got to whittle this down to...
Basic is separate list.
Oh, it is? Oh, thank god. Oh, okay, good. We can do that separately then. Oh, thank god. That's going to make life 1,000 times easier. Okay, I am so lost on what is... where did my windows go? Here we go. All right, so I kind of went one extra here on this, but I did it on the same layer, so we're screwed. Sorry.
Does HS
we'll do basic
Replay
later.
have the data on how frequently these cards were used? Would probably paint a picture of what cards will be pushed.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if that would always be the best indicator. I think there would be reasons sometimes those aren't kept, and other times it might be reasons they are kept. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you want cards that are core feeling, but you don't want cards that are played all the time, if that makes sense. So it could almost be... You could almost use the data either way, I think. I think legendaries are definitely done. I think Hunter, you either keep all the secrets or maybe none of the secrets. I know these feel like really core cards, but I'm saying I think they're going to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe the secret package goes, though. Maybe there's enough other secrets, right? Like, maybe you lose misdirection. Maybe Eaglehorn Bow's been too functional to the class. Hounds will stay? I don't know. Did I do these on the same layer again? It doesn't matter. We're not going to stay long on each class. That'll get boring pretty fast. You'd boot Snake Trap. Flare stays? Really? High main stays? It's either Beast Gone or Secrets. You don't think it'll be a mix? I think you might be right, but I don't know. By the way, I haven't seen, just to clarify, I haven't seen this stuff. I thought we were actually going to get this all revealed today. I started my stream late because I was planning to make a card review video for the new cards. I thought we'd get new cards today. And we didn't. So, I don't know. I don't have any insights here. I'm just as clueless as you guys. All right, let's go to Mage. I'm reading what you guys are saying. Hey, Bahab, dude, 2 years!
Subscription anniversary. HOE train.
Amazing. How can secrets stay, but Eaglehorn Bow doesn't stay when helping secrets? Well, that's the sort of the thing, right? Is you want new ways to empower archetypes. You don't want the same build arounds and the same payoff cards. What you want is new ways to envision the same sort of stuff, right? Like, you don't want to maybe lose secrets to Hunter because they're so core, but you want some other way to make secrets interesting and different and new. So having cards like Eaglehorn, you're going to get stuck in the same secret loop where it's like, I'm going to push face damage with secrets. And you're right back where you started. But if you cut Eaglehorn, or maybe cut like a core secret like Explosive Trap, maybe you move into a control secret Hunter instead, right? You got a weapon that says like, destroy a minion whenever a secret is procced. And that's your way to empower secrets instead. I think that is the way this actually becomes really interesting. Whereas if we keep the same packages, we're going to end up in the same spot. You know what I mean? I'm not undoing my X's, by the way, guys. I'm too lazy to do that. So, sorry. It's just too hard. It's just too hard. So, did they say that the cards like Icicle, the like replacement classic cards, did they say those are... They had a thing in the patch notes about them. What did it say? Can't remember. Cards that were added to the classic set later in Hearthstone's history will not be usable in the classic format or drop from classic packs, but will be craftable as part of the legacy set in Wild. Okay, so that is basically not telling us anything about the core set utilization of these cards. As far as I'm reading that, these could still be in the core set, right? Yeah, I think we got to get rid of Apprentice. 2 design limiting for both of those. Totally agree. I think you got to keep some secrets. Maybe Spellbender goes. Maybe this goes. Man, this is kind of a boring set now, though. Jeez. Yeah, I don't. This is sort of a boring look for Mage. Pyrogun, you think? Man. I don't know. Mage kind of looks boring now.
They specifically said
counterspell,
the
I hate it.
shadow form is returning to standard. Very weird.
Right, which implies that no other Hall of Fame cards will be, or they would have also potentially mentioned those. I don't know why Shadow Form would be the only one. Maybe they just want to build something around it. It's crazy. Hey, Shep, dude. Do you think they'll have a certain number of each rarity? Well, rarity won't matter. In fact, I don't think the cards will have rarity. I think they will be rarityless, because they'll be free to everybody as a part of the core set. There'd be no reason for them to have rarity. They won't be disenchantable, and they won't be craftable, because they'll just be free. So they'll be like basic cards. Yeah, I know they said they wanted to push Shadowform Priest, but that doesn't mean they have to use the old version of Shadowform, right? They could have just printed a new core set version of Shadowform that was different or more interesting in a way. We talked about that in the AMA. Oh, true. It would still need legendary tag. For limitation reasons. Did the cards that came back from, like when Lotheb returned and stuff, they had the rarity gems, I guess, huh? Even though they weren't craftable or disenchantable. They still had gems, I think. Yeah, so I bet they do have gems, but they're still just not disenchantable. Yeah, you're right. For legendaries, it definitely matters. They could technically just have the border and not the gem. Like, that's a classification that exists for cards like Rind Blackhand or whatever. Like, he can destroy stuff with a border. Doesn't matter if it has the gem. But, oh, Paladin. I don't even know what you keep for Paladin. I feel like, honestly, this may sound crazy. What if we just kill Paladin secrets? Remember, they're not killed forever.
Well,
they're just killed for a year. What if Paladin has no secrets for a year?
So Shadow Priest might be a thing.
Yeah, no, they could totally. And remember, we have expansions too, right? So Priest could get a bunch of Shadow Priest cards in the expansion as well. Oh, yeah, Oh My Yogg will still be in rotation. Yeah, true. Yeah, Oh My Yogg breaks that. Is it the only secret from this rotation year? We could get Shrivala back, yeah. Oh My Yogg's the only secret, but that would still imply they weren't planning to ditch secrets. Because otherwise you can't have just one secret. You have to have multiple secrets. So I guess actually this does not fly. Maybe one or two get removed, but you gotta have at least a couple. Tyrion's out. I don't know. I think Tyrion's so iconic. I have a feeling Tyrion might stick around. I think Holy Wrath, kill the combo. This is garbage. I don't think we need this. These are kind of garbage. This is garbage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's close. Maybe one of these secrets come back. A couple of these. Let's say Redemption and Noble Sack come back. Maybe get rid of Protector instead. That's 6. Quality goes. Maybe. I think it's new mana total makes it reasonable, though. Righteousness, maybe? I don't know. We're going to get to the point where all of these could get removed. Looking at this, it's kind of... It's kind of interesting that... Man, a lot of these aren't that interesting of cards, right? Like, some classes have very staple, obviously. Like, Hunter has a lot of staple classic and basic cards, right? When we look at this, there's a lot of really solid cards in here, I feel like. Druid felt the same, like a lot of pretty solid cards in there. Mage had a handful, not as many maybe. Paladin, it's like, I don't see any of these cards. Tyrion doesn't even really get played anymore, hardly. Very occasionally it popped into some pure lists and stuff and big lists, but not like a ton of play. Kind of wild. Priest, even though it got reworked, I kind of agree with the same sentiment there. Very few of these cards get played. Thoughtseal Shadow Madness kind of pop in. Shadowbird Ruins important off Zeph, but I feel like I don't see it that much in Crush. Is Crush leaving us? I don't know. These are all, we're just kind of talking through what might get removed. None of this is real. We're just speculating and talking about it, seeing what people are interested in losing, basically, what they're interested in keeping. Yeah, Tyrion's more important off Zephyrs for sure. Priest, God only knows. I don't know what they'd keep. I mean, I feel like let's start circling instead of Xing. I think I want Shadow Madness and I want Thought Steal. I kind of like Shadowbird Ruin as a removal tool. It's pretty interesting. I kind of like Natalie Celine. I feel like Cabal Shadow Priest, solid card. I feel like Silence is interesting as a 0 mana card. I would probably keep these 6. They confirmed they're removing Celine in the post. Well, not based on my interpretation. We'll read it again if you want. Cards that were added to the Classic set later in Hearthstone's history will not be usable in Classic format or drop from Classic packs, but will be craftable as a part of the Legacy set and Wild. I don't interpret this as saying that they can't be added to the core set. Why couldn't they be added to the core set? Is there something here that's limiting them from being in the core set? Yeah, this is here to specify that Classic is going to be defined as the original Classic, right? Well, it's not even really going to be called Classic anymore. It's going to be called Legacy, but it's kind of like identifying that these won't be in Classic packs, so that if you open Classic packs for Classic format, these won't be in there and won't ruin things. This is why this clarification's here. I don't think this has an impact on the core set, if that makes sense. Or is this just specifically... Yeah, this is even specifically within the Classic format bucket of the post. So perhaps even more so, they're just talking about specifically for Classic set. Classic format. Oh my god, there's so many new labels for things. Yeah, I don't think this has an impact on their inclusion in core. That's my take. They may not use these in core, but I don't think that that is something we can 100% say based on that. All cards will be in Legacy set for Wild. That doesn't stop them from being in the core set. Yeah, that's my interpretation as well, Scarmet. Yes, exactly. Thank you for putting it very clearly. It's as clear as this can be. All right, so what cards would you guys keep for Rogue? No, no. Undo that. No, never. I feel like Evis, Shadow Step's really fun. I think Prep's too hard to design around. I don't think we'll see that. I think having Burgle in there is cool. Oh man, I'm like already out of cards I want to keep for Rogue. I think Prep is too design limiting. I think we're sick of Edwin. This just sucks. This sucks. This sucks. This doesn't necessarily suck. This kind of sucks. This is boring. This is... I mean, I don't know. There's some interesting space around that, I guess, that hasn't been utilized much. Edwin already confirmed going to Wild and Nerf being reverted. Again, though, going to Wild doesn't mean it can't be part of the core set. Legacy set, there are Wild cards coming to the core set. I mean, I guess I agree with your sentiment that they probably wouldn't have said that if he was coming back. But technically, Legacy set and Wild cards can come back to core. If they revert the nerf, it probably does mean...
set doesn't grant you ownership of the card in its original set. Woo, free cards.
Yes, yeah, you get it for the year, and then in the new year you get the replacement version. Yeah, basically, you'll just always get the whole core set. I agree with the sentiment that Edwin will probably not be in the core set, but based on the rules of the system, I think he could be, if that makes sense. Anyway, I don't think he should be anyway. We're sick of him. We're sick of him. Are we gonna look at all of Wild? Oh god, maybe we'll just look at legendaries. What's going on? We're talking about cards that may come to the core
Dean
set of
specifically
Hearthstone.
confirmed that Edwin will rotate.
Again, yes, he will rotate. He's going to Legacy. But that doesn't actually mean that he can't come back. I know it's like simultaneous, but anyway, we're not going to talk about Edwin anymore. I don't want Edwin. He's not circled. Why are we talking about him in the first place? Kill Evis? I don't know. I don't think it's bad. I would rather kill Cold Blood. I just think these are boring. Like, I don't think they're very interesting. I don't know. There's not that many interesting cards for Rogue that I like here. I'm not that into that one. Man, Shaman, what on earth? Shaman actually has some pretty solid, pretty solid stuff.
Cards that suck might be included if they can be made better with expansions. Blizz doesn't want the core set to be too powerful so that each
No, I agree with that.
expansion
Yeah.
will shake things up. Like Force of Nature is in the Arbor Up deck now, but is usually trash.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. I'd say this is gone. This is gone. I like having a totem. That's good. I think that's gone. Too much into that. I think Alakir actually might be okay. Too much overload. I feel like all the big overload cards are going to get cut in favor of something else, but I don't know why. Just my instinct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What if overload just gets totally murdered? Gutted. What do you guys think? Is overload dead? I don't know. Could be. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe they only keep overload cards and really support it. I don't have a lot of thoughts on Shaman. I mean, there's a couple boring cards like Dust Devil and Forked Lightning I'd cut for sure, but... Yeah, 3X's here. Yeah, man. We should play live tic-tac-toe on stream. That'd be fun. We just got Landslide. True. Yeah. We need some overload for Landslide. Yeah. It's probably a good insight. Yeah. Thinking about what just came out and how that plays into this. I don't know. Again, we don't really know. It's all just fun speculation. So, guys, for the record, stay tuned to YouTube. I'm going to put up a community post later tonight on like YouTube.
Draw your last.
I'll link it here tomorrow so you guys can find it. But I'm going to put up a poll asking which cards you guys want to see. Wait, let me look at my thing. What are my wild cards you want to come back and classic and basic cards you want to stay in the core set? If that makes sense. Oh god, Shaman. Oh boy. I like Shadow Flame. I hope we get Jiraxis. Twisting Nether seems important. I could do away with this. I could do away with this. I could lose this. You know, honestly, I think we could lose Flame Imp. Let's kill Zoo for a bit. Let's kill Zoo. Design issues there. Siphon Soul, I'm cool with. Void Terror has some interesting play we haven't really explored in a while. We will see the poll. Oh no, it won't be like a YouTube poll. It'll be a link, so it won't do the YouTube silliness or whatever. the poll algorithm silliness. Okay. I didn't really ask you guys much about Warlock. What do you think about Warlock? What cards do you hate? What do you love? That's my spin. I'm picking, 5, even though we probably shouldn't because we haven't looked at basic cards as well. I have to save a couple spots for basic cards, but I'm just kind of pointing out the ones that look the most interesting to me. I feel like I didn't put deodorant on today. I just had I felt a little bit sweatier than normal, and I had a memory that I don't remember doing it. Which, it's fine. You guys won't know the difference, but for me, it's making me feel self-conscious despite no one being here. Jiraxis is unplayable with Sack Pact? No, they actually changed Sack Pact. So that you can't die to your opponent's Sack Pact. What do you mean? Maybe that's what you're... I don't know what you're saying. It's fine. Whatever. Alright, let's talk Warrior. Removing too many archetypes for the classes, I think. I actually think that's the point. To provide a counter, just to talk about it. I think the point is we don't want the same stuff over and over again. I think we're trying to get a core set that enables us to take classes and archetypes in different directions. Because the way it works right now, you know, certain classic and basic cards and the kind of building blocks of classes are often defining their archetypes, right? And sometimes limiting their archetypes. Whereas if we take away cards that support those, suddenly the class can shift and kind of meld into a different direction, or we can do things that wouldn't otherwise be possible. You know, right now, for instance, you can't give more Moonfires to Druid because they got Malygos, and that breaks things. But what if you take Malygos away, and suddenly you can start giving like 0 mana damage to Druid? What happens? I don't know. I'm just made up a terrible example, right? Maybe something cool happens. Same thing with Mage and like Sorcerer's Apprentice. If we take Sorcerer's Apprentice away, what can Mage do? Like, how does it change? What opens up in a design space standpoint?
In case anyone didn't know, the article states that all replacement cards for
Again,
cards
no, I disagree.
Breaker that went to the Hall of Fame will be going to the Legacy set. So
All of these cards are in the Legacy
will
set.
be in the core
Sparking
set.
Areas. I don't know if that's true. All of these cards are going to be the Legacy set. This is Legacy set. This is Legacy set. All of these. They're all in the Legacy set, and they can all be in the core set. I don't think it means those can't come back. It might be true that those can't come back, or they're not interested in bringing those back. But I think they can. Do you know what I'm saying? All of these cards are going to be Legacy set. And all of them can be core set as well. Those are not mutually exclusive things. Do you know what I'm saying? They can all be in both. Does chat agree with that sentiment? Does chat agree with the sentiment? Or not? Even Sparking Areas. Do you have a counterpoint, in fact? By the way, thank you for the bits, Sparking Areas. My God, I didn't even say the most important part of that. Do you think it's possible to overdo this? Yeah, Crazy, of course. Yeah, I think there's a real risk that we could lose identity and not have archetypes.
My brain and ego hurts a little bit from that, but what
don't have your brain and ego hurt. No, of course not. That's silly. This is totally brand new. We're all making sense of this. Like I said, I want to hear counterpoints. That's why I'm asking.
Regis
like,
is singing.
There's been multiple people interpret it that way.
100 million dust.
My thing is my parents. Do away with class identities. Only aggro shall remain. Hopefully that's not the goal. Sparking Days, don't feel bad. Don't feel stupid because everybody's asking the same thing. That's why we're trying to figure it out. There's that part of the article is a little bit confusing too. Oh, good. Okay. Good. Sparking Days has a healthy brain and ego. Yeah, exactly. Inclusion in Legacy doesn't mean exclusion from core. That's my point. Yeah. Robed Fountain, by the way, thanks to the Prime sub. So what would I keep for Warrior? Man, I don't know. This is hard. I think I'd cut like the kind of enragey stuff. I'm getting sort of sick of enragey stuff. You know, like we've been hitting on this for so long. This is boring. I don't think Gorehouse is ever gonna get used. I love Armorsmith so much, but maybe it's time to go. Maybe you can keep Armorsmith without all the other enragey stuff. I love Armorsmith. Yeah, I hope she stays. Let's try that. Does Shield Slam go? Maybe Warrior goes in a non-control direction, you know? Although I don't want that. I love Control Warrior. Maybe we say armor and weapons, yeah. Although I cut Core House, so I don't know. Drop Slam. Yeah, maybe. I'm too lazy to fix it, but yeah. Oh, God. Neutral cards. How many neutral cards are there going to be from the... from Classic? It says in the article. Somebody pull it up real quick. I don't want to lose my screen here. How many Classic cards remain? I mean, I feel like, to some extent, I want the aspects to stay. You know what I mean? Like, Dragon aspects are just so iconic. 34 neutral cards. Oh, wow. I don't have basic up, but that's a lot. I mean, Cairn is just so boring these days. Like, why is this scrolling so slow? Greenskin maybe is an important pirate. I like Twilight Drake. There's no way I'm going to find 34 cards I care about here. There's just no way. I love Doomsayer. I don't even know. Are there any cards you guys have to keep? I mean, I think Malygos, yeah, I've been talking about, how did I circle Malygos? I've been saying Malygos is a problem this whole time. All I've said today, over and over again. I don't know. Deathwing's kind of, Ysera's kind of, honestly, these are all kind of boring these days, except Alexstrasza. It's like the only aspect I like anymore. Yeah, Dread Corsair could go. Yeah, that one's problematic. Auctioneer creates design problems sometimes. Not lately, though. Gorehouse too iconic. Yeah, I think there are cards that will be important to keep because they're iconic. I think that's a pretty fair assessment. Like, they're just important to Warcraft or important to Hearthstone. Like, you know, Tyrians of the world. That's why I said the dragon aspects, too. Like, I kind of want to circle those because they're just such iconic characters. They'll probably redo them. Yeah, maybe, like, the new cards are, like, redone or at least rebalanced or something. I don't have level 16 Demon Hunter because that class disgusted me so much on release. Does that mean I won't have access to all the neutrals? That's a good question, King of Kings, actually. I don't think it's maxed for me yet either. I don't know, though. I don't know. Maybe Demon Hunter won't be factored in. If not, it's going to take a long time for people to grind Demon Hunter to get cards. That would be annoying. Oh, yeah, combined level. Is that in the article? I didn't even read it. I remember talking about that with Blizz, but... based on the sum of all your class levels combined up to the combined level of 60. Well, wait, that's super easy to get to, right? 60 is like nothing. That's level 6 per class? Neutral core set cards will unlock based... Okay, so... all core set class cards are rewarded between levels 1 through 10 for each class, and neutral core set cards will unlock based on the sum of all your class levels combined up to the combined level of 60. That sounds like it's going to be super easy. So for core, you know, as soon as you get a couple classes leveled, you'll get all of them. I think everybody will have it immediately based on that. That sounds super, super easy. I don't think this means each has to be at 60. I think it means you just have to have 60 total. So that's good news. Yeah, I'd hate for people to feel locked out. So that's great, great news. Yeah, for Classic, I don't know, guys. This is too hard. I don't know about these. Okay. Let's take a look at Basic real quick. I don't want to spend forever. I want to play some actual Hearthstone today, too. By the way, I also bought the game Valheim. I kind of want to play it later. If I'm still feeling up to it after we get some Hearthstone action in. It just looks so freaking cool. I was watching it for a long time. Well, not a long time, but I got it like an email. I get like promo emails on all these video game stuff. And I wanted to play it last week, but I didn't have time. And then now everybody's playing it, and I'm feeling left out, and I want to play it. So we'll see what it's like. Valheim looks dope. Yeah, it looks so cool. So we may play that later today. I'll see how I feel. I'm not going to guarantee it, but... Oh, my screenshot got a little screwed up, but oh well. So basic cards. What do we keep? feel like this is actually a nice fundamental Demon Hunter card. Feels kind of fair. Could lose this, could lose this. Might be nice to keep that. Could lose these. I think Aldraki's got to go, honestly. Keep 2 or 3 basic cards for each class here. That's too much design problems. Design problems. Swipe his core. Kill the ramp. Kill the garbage. Keep some token support. Keep a Starfire. Nah, screw that.
41 class cards from basics.
I
So
kept only
84
swipe.
cards per class.
4 per basic. Actually, that's a lot. Oh, that's more than I expected. Oh man, I was only thinking 1 or 2. Oh man. Oh yeah, that's a lot actually. Killing Moonfire and Mally. Yeah, get rid of them. I don't. Maybe you keep. I don't want ramp though. Maybe Moonfire and Claw stay as cheap damage. I don't know. What would you guys get rid of for Druid? Is the redesign going to be this big? Well, it turns out what? We're losing 60% of basic cards and whatever it was for classic cards. I don't know. A lot. 60% again or something. They won't remove wild growth? Oh, I hope they do. I really, really hope they do. Oh god, kill this. I don't want this anymore. Get it out! I really like tracking as a card. I hope that stays. 100 marks, garbage, garbage, garbage. It's got some beast synergy stuff. Multi-shot's pretty bad, so I don't really know if that ever get cut. I actually think Arcane Shot could stay. That would be my 4. Multi-shot's pretty bad. I don't know. Maybe Tundra Rhino stays, but it seems like Charge is something they don't like. So maybe we keep Kill Command. Beast Synergy. I know this makes a lot of sense. It's like I'm a football coach. Like I'm a football coach. Kill Command's art style definitely doesn't match Hearthstone anymore. Leroy is the same artist. It's Gabe from Penny Arcade. But I don't think they want Charge. That's why Huffer seems to me like it gets cut. I don't know. It is very iconic. Listen. Animal Companion is one of the most iconic like Hearthstone identity cards, I feel like. Why is this still scrolling like this? What's going on? Boy, I think Frostbolt's gotta stay. Really good card. You know what? I think Fireball goes. I think we've seen enough. Get Fireball. Yeah, Frost Nova. Yeah, I agree with that. Frost Nova to hell right away. Arcane Intellect, I kind of like, just cheap. Well, cheap, but fundamental card draw is cool. 2 random. Interesting little neat tool. Interesting tool for Hearthstone. Maybe that? Those 4? I would say keep these 4. I got rid of Fireball. Get out of here, Fireball. It's out. I think this could actually be the 4. I think this is the only one I feel like is a good guess. I think this could actually be the picks. This is the... I have 5 circled? I do? Oh, I do have 5 circled. Shoot. Get out of here, Mirror Image. I think these are the 4 picks. I think these are 4 picks. I'm really good at counting, as you guys know, from years of watching me. I think those are my 4 picks. I think those are it. I think that's going to be the actual choices. Wait and see. Somebody come back and check this. God, Paladin. What do we keep here? Consecration, I guess. True Silver feels pretty iconic. I like Hammer of Wrath. Might be nice to have some card draw. Kings feels pretty Paladin-esque, I would say here. These 4. But it's all 4 drops. That can't be it, right? It's all 4. I just kept all the 4 drops. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. They still have Lightforge Zealot? Do they? Is he rotating? Is he Ashes? Yeah, he's Ashes, I guess. I don't even know what cards belong to what expansions anymore. No, he's Descent of Dragons. They don't still have Lightforge Zealot. He's gone. Zealot's gone. To be fair, there's only 2 cards that aren't 1 or 4. Oh, excellent point. They're all 1 and 4 mana. Yeah, I don't know. Those would be my picks, but the mana thing's pretty alarming. I like Holy Smite. I love Shadowward Pain. Mind Control's really expensive. I feel like Death almost has to stay. Especially now that Zephrys is gone, Death becomes more of a checked resource in a way without like Zephrys just constantly pulling it. That's garbage. This is garbage. I do kind of like having a Thief card, I guess. Garbage, 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 garbage. Yeah, these would be my 4 picks probably. Urel's the only pure card that stays. Yeah, that's going to be tough if they don't get more support. Urel's definitely not good enough to... Well, I mean, it depends, I guess. But I don't think Urel's good enough to make a pure paladin worth it. It's not quite enough payoff. What do you guys think for Priest? Smite over Nova? Well, yeah. I like cheap removal tools like that. I guess Priest doesn't currently have a good mid-game AoE though, so who knows? Alright, I'm moving on. Rogue. I think Sap's gonna go.
If the Year of the Dragon cards will rotate like normal, or if some cards will.
Some could be considered, yes, yeah.
Set.
Well, I mean, based on the rules, they should be fine. You know, it's like simultaneous, but I'm assuming they're eligible to be part of the wild cards coming to the core set. I don't know how much they'd want to do that just because we just had these cards, but maybe 1 or 2 could pop in if they feel like it supports an archetype or something. Like maybe both pure cards come back because they're not done with pure. You know what I mean? I do feel like Backstab is pretty iconically rogue. This is garbage. Slow, garbage, garbage. Shiv. I feel like Shiv needs a rework, but it would be cool. Fan and Knife, same story, actually. Get rid of that damage. I want Rogue to have no damage. Maybe Sap stays, actually. I don't know. Such a dick move from Blizzard? What is? Avasia, sure. I feel like I've not heard anyone say that yet. I feel like I've seen only blatantly positive responses. I'm curious to hear a counterpoint. They won a Hall of Fame Classic without any refunds. You can dust your cards, man. I mean, you're not going to get a full refund, but you're getting 235 cards for free to replace them. There's no...
Can't decide if
What's
I
bad
am
about that?
excited for this or not.
Would you rather have a refund and have to craft the new cards? I just don't think it's like saying like you'd rather get a full refund and have to craft the new cards than just get the new cards for free and keep your old cards. You say sure? That doesn't add up to me. It's kind of like saying I've got a car in the backyard, right? It's a pretty crappy card. It's a 2012 Ford Focus. It's a piece of garbage. It's not even running right now. I don't ever drive it because it doesn't run. Kind of like, you know, Totemic Might, whatever. I don't play Totemic Might, it doesn't run. What's happening here to me is Blizzard's coming and saying, look, Regis, we're going to give you a Tesla to replace your car. You're going to get to keep it for a year. Just drive it anytime you want. You get to keep your Ford Focus. You want to sell it? Go ahead. Take it to the junkyard, whatever. You want to fix it up, drive it, drive it around. That's fine. But you also get to keep the Tesla. The Tesla's yours for a year. It's just a lease for free. You don't have to pay for it. And in a year, we're going to come back. We're going to give you another brand new Tesla in a year. You're going to drive another brand new Tesla for a year, forever, for free, just because you owned the Ford Focus. No, the Ford Focus thing is a true story. That's not real. That's actually real. So to me, that's a win, right? Like, I get a Tesla to drive for a year. I get to keep my old crappy Focus, like sell it if I want. Not going to get what I paid for it, right? I'm not going to get the value of a Tesla, but I'm going to get something out of it.
So my next question is, how do I get a Tesla for free like you?
So I don't know. I'd love to have a Tesla. There's no guarantee the new cards will be good. I mean, I guess, but the classic cards aren't very good either, right? Like, most of your classic cards aren't very good either. Most classic and basic cards aren't great either. So that's going to be probably a wash. Maybe it's a better example to say we're going to get you a totally new 2012 Ford Focus. And it runs, and you're going to get to, you know, like you get to keep it, whatever, or for a year. It's a free lease for a year. So I don't know. That's not how I'm framing it. Listen, if you're upset, you have every right to be mad or whatever. That's fine. You know, it's your perspective. I can't change your perspective, but and you're certainly welcome to vocalize that. I'm happy to give power to your vocalization. In fact, I just did. But I guess I'm just not seeing it that way. To me, it just seems like a win-win. Honestly. That's how I'm viewing it. I think a lot of people will see it that way. I mean, I guess there's an argument that like people who don't have classic, like you spent the dust and everybody could have got it for free anyway. I think that's a fair argument. Like if you just joined the game and you just crafted every classic card, like you're going to have a net loss probably. But I mean, it's still, everybody's getting something, you know what I mean? I spent money on classic. I don't have anything to show for it now. I don't even get a Hall of Fame dust this year. Well, yeah, I mean, when did you... For me, it's like I crafted the cards 5 years ago. I played with them for 5 years. So, it's like I bought a Focus and tomorrow all Fords are free. I mean, if you just bought your Focus, I guess, but... I hear that. Like, that makes sense. Like, if you just crafted all your classic cards, I could see you being upset for sure. Like, yeah, if the last month you joined the game, you just crafted and bought a bunch of packs to get all your classic cards, and now your classic cards, basically, if you just waited a month, you wouldn't have had to spend that money. I think that's fair, yeah. From the perspective of like old players like us, it's just a win because we've had these cards forever anyway. Like I haven't crafted classic cards in 3 or 4 years or something. So to me, it just feels like it just feels free. But if you did just do it, or even, you know, whatever over the last year or something, doesn't have to be the last month. You get the point. You do get to keep them all, though. Yeah, no, that's my side of it, too. But if you're only playing so, yeah, exactly. If you're only playing standard format and you just, or very recently crafted the classic cards, it could feel like you're getting ripped off, because if you just waited a month or two or whatever, you wouldn't have needed to craft those classic cards. I think that's a fair argument, yeah. There is going to be a small subset of people that does impact negatively. I see that. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I learned something. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way. I still think it's a net win overall, but I do think some people will have reason to be upset. Yeah. I get what you mean. So for me, the analogy holds true. I've had a Ford Focus for whatever, 8 years. I've had classic cards for 5 years. They're not doing me a lot of good. Somebody's letting me lease new versions of them for free. That's a win for me. But for somebody who just bought a car, if they get a new free car tomorrow, it's going to feel like they wasted money on their car. Because as soon as they bought it, the resale value goes down, the disenchant value goes down, they can't get a full refund. Yeah, that is a different perspective for sure. Yeah, thank you for that's true. I could see people being mad. I haven't really heard that many opinions on that, but I get it. I don't think it's that bad for them either. If they only play standard, they have a whole bunch of new cards to disenchant to replace the dust for the newly crafted cards. Well, yeah, but they disenchant at a discount, right? So like if they just crafted whatever, Edwin or not Edwin, if they just crafted Malygos to use Malygos.
Free Tesla from Regis written down for the records.
I don't think I said that. If they just crafted Malygos, expecting Malygos to be a card they're going to play for 5 years, they find out today that Malygos is not probably going to be in core or in standard, and in fact, they're going to get a free version of Malygos, or replacement of Malygos or whatever, in the core set. then they've spent 1,600 dust that they don't need to have spent, and they're only going to get like 2 months out of it or something, as opposed to, and they're only going to get 400 back. So they kind of wasted 1,200 dust on Malygos, I guess, is the. I think that's a fair argument, actually. I think it will be a small portion of people, but. So a full refund would, you know what would be cool is if they had like a sliding scale refund. This will never happen, but it would be cool.
Need to own old classic cards.
True. Yeah, no, but like, we're talking about people specifically only wanting to play standard or whatever. Like, yeah, the cards still have value in duels and other stuff too. Yeah, of course. But it would be cool to have like a sliding scale, or if you like crafted it in the last year, like a year ago, you get like, 600 dust back, and 8 months ago you get 800 dust back, and 6 months ago you get 1,000 dust back, and 4 months ago you get 1,200 dust back, and 2 months ago you get 400 dust back, and if you crafted it in the last month or whatever, you get the full refund sort of thing. Would be cool to make people feel like that's not an issue. But anyway, we need to move on. So anyway, fair. Vasia and whoever, I think there's somebody else in there that brought up that point. Like, I think that's a good point. There will be a sample of people who are upset. Limic or Imic, no, we're just guessing, just theory crafting what we'd like to see gone. Which I kind of got distracted by other points. I like keeping totems. I only kept 3, but that's close enough. We gotta move on. This is taking too long. You guys seem engaged by it though. We have 500 viewers watching us rant about this.
You always take a chance when you craft a new card in general. Maybe that's just
no,
me.
I think that's a good perspective too. That's how I am, but I still, I get it. If you own all the classic cards and you don't want to use them in any format or mode ever again, because modes might use your cards like we saw with duels, if you're 100% sure you only ever want to play standard, you should be safe to disenchant your classic cards. You can't disenchant basic cards, I guess, but that, I'm not going to recommend that to anybody. I don't recommend you disenchant the cards. I'd keep them for a while just to see, because new modes might come out, your mind might change, etc. Okay, so what would I keep for Warlock? I like Hellfire, I like Mortal Coil, I don't like Soulfire, I don't like Fellstalker. I
got my last classic card a year ago when they introduced new system. I reached Legend and got the last classic legendary that I was missing, Ken. Somehow I started playing HS. After Ken stopped being relevant.
Karen is an interesting final legendary. Yeah. I don't know when I finished classic. There was some moment on a video or something where I talked about finishing. I think I was missing like there was some epic I was missing for a long time. I think it might have actually been a preparation or something. There was one epic I didn't have for a long time that I finally got. I don't remember the moment though. I can't even get one Tesla, let alone a bunch of free Teslas. Man. Please. But we know about classic rework almost a year. Why would anyone craft those cards now? Well, rework doesn't imply they're just like going away. I think people thought like if you owned an Arcanite Reaper and they upgraded an Arcanite Reaper, you'd get like the new Arcanite Reaper automatically, which is kind of what's happening, but the premise was that you'd need to own the Arcanite Reaper still. When in reality, you won't need to have owned the Arcanite Reaper to get the replacement for the Arcanite Reaper, if that is indeed what gets replaced. It won't matter if you own it. Everybody's going to get the Arcanite Reaper for free. Speaking of which, I don't actually... as iconic as Arcanite Reaper is, I don't think I keep it. Oh, I don't know what I keep here, actually. I don't really like these. Warrior cards are hard. Not a big fan of those. I just couldn't care less about these cards. Do any of these basic cards stay? Like a single basic card, basic neutral? How many did they say? Novice is a good thought. Yeah, Novice could stay. I could see that. 13 basic neutrals are staying? No way. Owl's not basic, right? Isn't Owl classic? They're keeping 13 of these? Maybe Bluegill for Murlocs. That feels like too many to me. Loot Hoarder's classic. Not basic. Huh. Maybe they want like enough Murlocs to play with. Maybe like an Elven Archer for fun. Maybe this is kind of neat, cheap heal. I cannot believe 13 of these stay, dude. Maybe they're getting like balance adjustments or something. Getting reworked or something. Because I don't see how you keep 13 of these. I always liked Darkscale Healer and Frostwolf Warlord. I thought both were kind of underrated. Maybe Stormwind Champ. You think we'll see Battlegrounds minions joining the constructed cast? That'd be cool. I'm trying to think of which ones are Battlegrounds exclusive that would be fits. But yeah, that'd be cool. Ogre? Yeah, Circle Ogre. Good circles for Ogre. Always. Smiley ogres.
Last year, even though they're in Hall of Fame, I crafted Ragnar.
Oh, nice, dude.
Sylvanas in Golden just because. Now I will be able to use them. Though I regret it a bit now because I could have gotten them, it seems, from
oh yeah, classic packs people have saved up.
But oh,
interesting,
well,
yeah. People have packs saved up, don't they?
New format.
That's intriguing. Yeah, get Sylvanas and Dragon Classic packs again. Who could have guessed that, right? Wild. Okay, guys, I think we're gonna play some. I think that's enough. We speculated a little. That was fun. Let me close all these crazy windows I got here. Oh, of course. It's been a bit. It has indeed been a bit, Hearthstone. Oh, I haven't even downloaded the patch yet. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Is core set beneficial for free-to-play players? I think free-to-play players are absolutely a home run for the core set, like, or vice versa. That's the absolute best case scenario. You get a ton of stuff for free every year to stay relevant to the meta. I don't think it's remotely bad for you. I think returning players are going to be pumped because they get a bunch of free stuff as well. Which, you know, I've been moaning forever to get a better Hearthstone experience for new and returning players. So, man, hopefully it works. I would love to see people coming back for 235 free cards. I don't think so. You're more reliant on expansions. Well, sort of. I mean, I guess on a like long-term scale, you might have to craft more cards, but on a short-term scale, you're not going to be more reliant on expansions, particularly if you start right now, because the core set's still going to make up. So like if you start the game tomorrow, right? In the old system, you'd have to catch up a bunch of classic and basic cards, right? You'd have to get a ton of classic cards caught up, and you'd have to craft all those. I mean, not necessarily to be competitive, but if you wanted a complete collection, if that was your goal or whatever, and wanted to set up for the future. Starting with the core set, you won't have to get that base chunk. You just start making expansion cards right away. You won't have to go back and make you won't have to craft 2 preparations for 800 dust, right? You're just gonna get stuff for free. So I guess it depends, kind of. But it is true that I guess over the long term, there's a slight increase in expansion percentage per rotation. In other words, expansions are going to make up, I don't know, 75% of the cards as opposed to like 65% of the cards or something, because there are slightly less classic and basic, slightly less core cards than classic and basic cards. That said, though, if the cards are better in the core set, whereas, you know, a bunch of classic cards don't get played, then that may not be true again. Like the core set might make up 50% of playable cards, whereas classic and basic made up like 40% of playable cards. Then it'd be in your favor again. So it kind of depends on competitiveness. I don't know if that made any sense, but I think so.
There's always something new.
Yeah, classic mode is not the new mode. That's right. Speaking of which, has Celestial on definitely, let's see. He said he was going to do like Q&A on Twitter. Classic format is not the new game mode. Here, let's read this real quick. Classic has its own ranked ladder like Wild and Standard. We kind of expected that. Are there going to be future updates for Classic, like Nax or Balance stuff? We're focusing on getting Classic out for now on pre-Nax state of the game. Look forward to feedback after that. All right, we know that. What happens with duplicate Classic cards? No difference from today. You can disenchant any duplicate Classic cards you get. No reason not to open Classic packs now. In fact, it's preferable if you need any of the cards that were added to Classic after the fact. See blog post, cards like Icicle, Natalie, Celine. If you want Legacy set cards getting added back into Classic, though, it might be better to open them after. Depends, maybe. Not sure. Oh, indeed, we talked about this. That was the assumption. Core exclusive cards will rotate to Legacy, probably. But that's over a year away. They're not sure. Yeah, two different. We just talked about that. Enrage will be back as a keyword. Yes. If you own Leroy, then you own Leroy Jenkins. In Wild, he's in the Legacy set and costs 5. In Classic, he's in the Classic set and costs 4. Okay, so this will be filters in the collection probably for that. Indeed, non-disenchantable like we talked about. Oh, interesting, though. If they rotate to Legacy set after... So, the 29 new cards... They're going to go to Legacy set after, he said, maybe, probably. I wonder if they'll be disenchantable after they rotate to Legacy set. That's intriguing. I don't know. Huh.
Classic and Basic have 240 cards. Core set is only 235.
I think Classic and Basic have more than 240. I think just Classic has 240.
As for packs, if you want Brightwing, Natalie, and Whitemane, then open them now. But if you want Velen Ragend,
Classic's 240.
Sylvanas, then open them later.
Basics 143. There's 383. Right? So it would be like a 1/3 percentage difference relative to each other, and then with whatever expansion totals. With 3 expansions in the set, or with 6 expansions in the set, that's what 390 or about 400 versus 383. So actually, Classic and Basic make up almost 50% of a 3 expansions. So about 1/3 of a 6 expansion rotation. But anyway, your logic as far as the pack opening, I think that sounds right. But I think there's... Oh, you're talking about packs. Oh, maybe that's why you said 240. Because Classic packs, there's 240 cards. You might be right there. All right, I don't know. I'm bored with this. Let's play some games. I'm getting bored with this. I want to play some Hearthstone. And maybe some Valheim later. We'll see where I'm at. Yeah, we'll just get queued up here. I'm so hyped for this. I think it's interesting. Yeah, I thought new cards were gonna come out today. I was really hyped to see new cards. I haven't seen any yet. I was in like card review mode today. I was getting ready to do a card review. And no new cards came out. I'm so sad.
The light shall bring victory.
Oh, the new skins. Oh yeah, man. I don't really love just buying skins, but they are pretty cool. I'm gonna feel pretty bad if I don't get them. I wish they came with packs. They don't, right? I'm assuming they don't, but I don't know that for sure. Stop selling skins, it really sucks. Well, it sort of sucks, but also, on the other side of things, if they sold enough, theoretically cards could be free. I would prefer that monetization model if it was purely cosmetic. I don't think we're close to that, though. If cards were barely monetized and the game was mostly monetized through skins, that would be cool. But in the meantime, yeah, they're expensive, I feel like. When do you think we'll get the reveal for the new cards? I think the blog post actually talked about that, didn't it? I feel like it said a few days after BlizzCon or something, because I didn't know either. I think it said... let me just control F BlizzCon. I think I'll be able to find it. The full core set will be revealed a few days after BlizzCon, it says. And will be available for early deck building in the card library. The card library will be updated to include all cards for the classic format when it goes live with a patch for our next expansion. So, few days after BlizzCon. That would make me think like Monday or Tuesday after BlizzCon. So in a couple weeks, or actually that's like a week away now. 2 weeks from today, maybe, actually. Something like that. Kind of messed up my... I had planned to have card reviews out this week. And my schedule for videos is kind of out of whack now. Just based on my own speculation. No fault of anybody.
New cards. But I assume new cards are coming Friday on BlizzCon line. They don't want to reduce hype for BlizzCon by doing early reveals.
Man, it sucks. Yeah, no, I think you're right, Sweeties. Yeah, I think that's a very, very logical explanation as to why we may not be getting new cards yet. Let us see the new expansion stuff first, or maybe, you know, some of it's like even important, connected in some way or another, right? Do you think they might release the new expansion in March? I think they talked about that on Twitter. Yeah, they might. Dean talked about that. Like, they're pushing for March, I think.
Welcome, boys. Make some room by the hearth.
Which, hey, cool. I dig it. This is a terrible hand so far. Just absolute garbage. Hey, Craig, man, dude. Thanks for 2 months, dude. Battle Pass is supposed to end March 10th. Oh, interesting. But that sounds a little too early, though, honestly. Maybe not, but seems a little early. God, this hand is just garbage. Hey, Craig, thanks, dude. What a nice thing to say. Are you taking part in any portion of BlizzCon? I don't think so, because I don't know anything about it. My plan is... There was something they asked about like months and months ago for some video for BlizzCon. I can't remember if I actually did it or not, though. It was just some like little thing, like, I don't know, like a little community spotlight thing or something, not like a card reveal or anything. I don't remember if I sent in a video, though. So my face might pop up, but I legitimately cannot remember if I did it or not. And then, otherwise, no, I'm not. I don't think I'm doing anything. I'm also not winning this Hearthstone game. My plan for BlizzCon is not to stream during it. I think we're allowed to restream it if we want. I might restream Saturday, but on Friday night, I'm going to... oh, shoot, intern. Sorry, whoops.
Not quite.
Friday night, I'm going to be ready to make card reviews. I'm going to be watching for new cards and get a video out like on the expansion theme or whatever, you know, announcing the expansion sort of thing. Like, it's going to be whatever, 1,000 Needles or something. And then do card reviews like always. And then Saturday, if there's no other card review expected, I'll probably restream. We can hang out. I may stream really late Friday night, like after BlizzCon, just to talk about it with you guys. But I want to focus on the YouTube first, like card reviews and stuff. No hate to Twitch. Hey, Super Zot, man, what's up? I need to concede this game. It's too boring.
You have best.
I don't want to play Priest today. Let's see. Let's play. All right, yeah, I know what we're gonna make. We're gonna make a Banana Rogue. I've been noodling on this for a while as far as an idea, but never actually figured out what I want it to be. Oh, you guys want me to buy the bundle, don't you? All right, just for you guys. Let's see what it looks like here. Wait, what? The $25. Good God, that's a lot. This is this is a little bit scummy, right? I think they know everybody wants the Vereesa skin, and some people are gonna play. Some people are gonna pay they're gonna get the Valeera skin no matter what, but they're only gonna want to pay the least amount. So they bundle in this to get an extra $5 out of the people who specifically want Valeera. They don't offer Valeera on her own. The less popular ones, yeah, whatever. You can get anyone for $10, but for Valeera you got to pay at least $15. That reminds me of action figures. Some of you know I used to come from the action figure world. And that would always happen with action figures. You would have a really desirable figure packaged with like a repaint of another figure that you don't care about, or maybe you already own in a different color already, so that you had to spend $20 or $40, I guess really nowadays, on the 2-pack to get the one you want when you would happily pay $20 for it, but they force you to pay $40 for the 2-pack, and you just basically throw the other one in the garbage. It's cheaper on the website? It doesn't look like it. It shows $25 to me on both. I mean, I'm gonna do it. I'm annoyed, but I'm gonna do it. It's exactly the action figure monetization here. It's crazy, man. Let me do this real quick. Purchased. Okay, sweet.
MTG
How long does that take to pop up over here?
With their secret lair package. They will release 5 cards, but you really only want one of them, and you have to pay $40.
Yeah, it works. Sucks, dude. You can buy individually. Yeah, but they're $10 a piece, right? I don't want only the Valeera one. I'm gonna get all of them. So the $25 bundle makes the most sense to me. I'm just talking about, like, you know, Lieutenant Eddie or somebody who only cares about Rogue, and he wants the Rogue portrait specifically. He's gonna have to pay the $15 to get Rogue if he doesn't buy the biggest one. So it's just, you know, it's a ploy. It's a bit of a ploy. All right, banana. It's crazy. I lost viewers when we stopped talking about the stuff and started playing games. I think that's awesome that people are so interested that they're only watching for discussion. That's really cool. That's a good sign. Banana. I hate that we can't see what Shenanigans gives us anymore, but that's okay. Prize vendor. Okay, do we have any other ways to force our opponents to draw cards in standard? I want to stick to standard here. I don't think so, right? Oh yeah, here we go. Tentacled Menace. Utgard Grapple Sniper. Okay, saps are good here too. Any sap effect, because we can push stuff back into hand. What other cards fit in a standard mill rogue? I mean, obviously Cold-Blooded Oracle would be nuts, but all we have is Prize Vendor instead. Blackjack Stunners are great because we can push stuff back into hand. Same for sap. So I need saps. It's going to help us keep the hand really full. Secret only triggers on your opponent's turn, so the secret won't trigger? What do you mean? Shenanigans? I'm not saying we can force this. Oh. That's not why. We're not like trying to force it with Prize Vendor and stuff. This is all cumulative. I'm not saying these two cards exist for each other. I just want their hand to be constantly full. We're building a deck where we ruin their. We're basically building a mill rogue in standard as best we can, where the goal is to do two things: fill their hand and fill their hand with the garbage, and make them draw cards so they go to fatigue sooner. It's gonna be hard to do in standard, but it's the goal. So we want them to have a bunch of bananas. We want them to have just a ton of cards in hand. We basically anything that makes them burn cards or fill their hand with junk. So Shenanigans is just a way to fill their hand with junk. I'm not trying to proc it myself. Shadow Steps, potentially, yeah, for the stunners and other cards, vendors, etc. For sure. Murloc that adds a Murloc to both players. Great idea. Yeah, one sec. Let me double check. We need enough secrets. I think we'll have enough. I'm not worried. Tinwoo's good. Bouncing. Spam phone call. Mischief Maker, maybe. Does that actually make them draw? Just swaps. That doesn't always help. Not a bad idea, though. It might be something we finish with. Cho, actually. Oh, yeah. Cho's great. Yeah. Cho's perfect. Thank you. Yeah. Need Cho for sure. Albatross isn't a bad idea. May end up cutting that, but let's add it for now. What was the other one somebody said? I forgot. Shoot, it was good. Hey, thanks, Salsa, dude. Yeah, no, I definitely value getting news out quickly. That same here. It's a big priority of mine. Okay, this email cannot be real. No way this is real. No way. This seems like it's got to be fake, right? I can't show you this, guys, because it's probably... They probably don't want to announce it yet, but... Sorry, I can't show it. I'd be in trouble for showing something, but... oh, God. I know I just teased you so hard, but basically I just got invited to be on The Bachelor, but not The Bachelor. I'll just leave it at that, so there's nothing too specific. I think my wife would have a problem with that. I don't know if it was a final invite. Might also just be spam, but hilarious to envision either way. Fishflinger. Oh yeah, Fishflinger. Thank you. That was the card somebody mentioned. Kathir, I'm worried, is just not good enough. I don't know. Maybe. It does fit the theme, but I need to get in I think I need still some good cards, unfortunately. I think I have to run like, probably I don't know if I want Plagiarize, but I need some secrets. I also at the moment actually need spells. Oh, I guess Banana Vendor will give me spells for Cho and stuff. Yeah.
FAQ, you don't get to keep the core cards in 2022, at least not the old wild ones.
Yeah, no, it's like
you'd hand out roses.
Like yeah, it's not boss. Freebies. They basically they're gonna change into the next ones. You know what I mean? Like that card in your collection will become a new card. Do you know what I mean? Sorry if I didn't explain that well. I could host. Yeah, I could host I could definitely host it. That'd be fine. What other secret did I not look at? Ambush. Maybe ambushes are fine. I don't know. Hanar. Yeah, this actually, how did this end up at exactly 30? Yeah, this is fine. Okay, I don't know. Let's try it. Do you think Wild Adventure should cost gold when classic mode enters? Oh, I want my new skin. I don't know how that's related. Maybe reframe that question. I'm not totally sure what you're asking. Why don't I have it yet, man? Do I have to restart my client? I bought it off client.
I hope Kuhn is returning. I want him for the wild memes, but I don't want to craft him yet.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Seems like he could be problematic, but I wouldn't say he's off the... I think it's possible. Show and plagiarize? Just to create the infinite chain. Oh, there we go. I have seen the infinite chain shenanigans, but I don't know. I don't think so. I just don't want to plagiarize. I don't want my hand being full of too much stuff. They're gonna play a bunch of bananas I don't want, you know. Those sorts of things. Alright. I'm gonna play one game, then I get to the bathroom real quick for bathroom break. Why is this not... Did I not just... Oh my god. I swear to god I don't know anything about... Oh, I picked the wrong deck. I don't know anything about portraits.
Me? Suspicious.
Oh, she sounds different, right? Hold up. I gotta turn up game audio so we can do the emotes and stuff. Are the emotes new, guys? They better be for $25. That's what, like $6.25 an emote or a portrait? That's actually cheaper than the old ones, I guess, but still a lot.
This ends now. Shall we dance?
That's totally new, right? I'm not crazy. That's new. That feels new. The Demon Hunter's just gonna murder me with all these cards.
Did I see Law Walker Cho in this deck list? DIDNT realize I was watching WoW Hobbs.
Yeah, every deck now.
Intriguing.
Ooh. I like the Vereesa.
Thank you kindly.
Are the other portraits good too?
Well thought.
Ooh, that's good. Oh, God. I'm not spamming Hearthstone. Should've went to the innkeeper. Oh, it's still Happy New Year, so we won't know that one for a while, I guess.
An error.
An error.
Even flowers have thorns.
Ooh, spicy. I like that. That sounded cool. I'm never gonna be able to fill a Demon Hunter's hand. They just play every card. They don't care. I can't afford the bundle. Yeah, it's expensive, man. I wouldn't go crazy for it, dude. Alright.
Now we need to make Thornog and Fogger decks in Wild just for the sorry emotes.
God. I'm sure there's somebody on YouTube who's already done that. There's a lot of people who are good at those. Doing all the voice test line stuff. All that. Like, I don't know who it is. There's one channel particularly that gets those out really quick. I'm sure it's done. I'll never be able to live up to that. I'm the fast news guy, not the fast emote guy. So 5 cards in hand. I mean, I don't know, man. This is stupid. It's a stupid idea, dude. This is not just Demon Hunter. He's just gonna use the bananas. I mean, this is just the worst idea we've ever had, dude. I think this is not gonna work at all. I mean, I guess like a priest is what I want to play, right? I want to ruin a priest day in standard. I can't really play aggro decks. They're just gonna be too good at stopping me.
They teach me.
Oh, I'm gonna turn down that voice again. Whoops. Okay, I'm down to 14.
Don't let the door hit you.
Don't let the door hit you. All right, like we've sort of turned the corner a little, but we're still not burning any cards yet. We're mostly just giving them good stuff. This is the problem, right? In Wild, like you can go to town with brands and cold lights and stuff. In Standard, I don't know if we got enough.
Welcome, boys.
We'll see.
Make some room by the heart.
Hey, Doobie Dude, thanks for 37 months, man.
I grow impatient.
When you try a new deck, you're always put into the worst matchup. Yeah, feels like it, doesn't it? What do I play next turn? Not this. I didn't even add a dragon to my deck. I just don't care. I don't even care. All right, only 1 banana down. 7 cards in hand. So this is 9. We did banana something, but we don't know what. We don't know what it was. So we're burning our first card. We've done it. Goal has been achieved. Oh no, we didn't turn a banana yet. Oh, that's a good one. I thought I saw my secret was gone. I'm losing my mind. Okay. We burned a bladed lady. He's got 2 bananas, 2 random 4-drops. This is that sapped thingy. I mean, this could be worse. I mean, we're not winning, but this isn't the worst. How's he gonna kill the 5/1? What's that 4-drop? Oh, wow, okay. Interesting. I don't really want to sap that, I guess, do I? Man. How am I like ahead on board? I don't understand what's happening. This is wild, dude. Oh, her greeting line is "Why, hello." How did they do it without the New Year stuff? How did you find that? Is it like in the patch? I guess somebody data mined it. Oh boy, are we dead? Seem dead, don't I? Yep, I'm dead. Cool. Demon Hunter doing Demon Hunter stuff. Well, there's a video with all the emotes. Yeah, I know, but how did they get the one without the New Year thing? Is it like, if you go into single player, does it not have the New Year modifier or whatever? You know what I mean?
You forgot to add dragons to the list for Grapple Sniper.
No, we talked about it. No, I don't want one. We talked about it. We just said a minute ago. I was laughing.
Valera versus Jaina.
I gotta send this email to my wife.
Shall we dance?
Oh man, I meant to pee. Shoot. Shoot. Oh, data mined, yeah.
Not even Waxay Dread.
Not even wax. I mean, what are the odds of hitting it anyway? You know what I mean? Go on. If you like go 1 in 20 at best usually. Actually, I think Shadow Zip's probably pretty good. Mage might be a class we can mess with this deck. Yeah. This could be a thing. This could indeed be a thing. Wonder if we're gonna get more banana cards. It's kind of a fun idea, fun archetype. Lich King, don't be doing that. Omni dude, thanks, man. It's a bit awkward to catch me live. Wait till I say your name, and then it's like, oh my god, he's talking about me. That's how I always felt on Twitch. Omni, you're the best. Thanks for watching me live, Omni. He's never gonna watch again now. He's just done.
Well, I meant that Waxay Dread and Plush Bears are
Just
also
done.
good if you draw through your deckler. Lot.
Yeah, true. I guess Waxer does have some natural like draw synergy. Sure, that's true.
Everyone's a winner.
Secret mage, man, that's not gonna be as fun. It's hoping for a Highlander mage. We're probably dead again now. All right. Is this a counterspell? It is not a counterspell. It is another one portal, and that is a brutal 5-drop. Kibler said your name once. I swooned. Kibler called me a fat Spider-Man once. I didn't really react. I just kind of quizzically turned my head like a dog. And that is a 100% true story. 100% true story. He already confirmed the next set is 1,000 needles. No, I did not. In fact, I can confirm it's not 1,000 needles. Spoilers. I made that up. Well, I guess I can't confirm it's not 1,000 needles. It could be. I don't think it will be though. That would be such a lame expansion. 1,000 needles like the most boring zone. I just thought it looked like 1,000 needles. I remember you telling us about that. Yeah, it's in a video somewhere. I don't know where that video is. It'd be hard for me to find that. But the Kibler Spider-Man story is in a video.
Okay,
it may not be
999
that
needles.
hard to find. I think it's... Yeah, here it is. I found it. Do you guys care about this Hearthstone game? Would you rather watch the Kibler Fat Spider-Man story? 999 needles. Party like it's 1999 needles. Party like it's 1,999 needles. That would actually be a funny expansion theme, like a party themed 1,000 needles. Into the world 1,000 needles party theme. I would rock that. That sounds fun. So they're at 7, so we can definitely screw their hand a little here. Okay.
Hand is too full.
I freaking burned the albatross! God dang it! The one card I don't want to burn. That's stupid. Okay. I'll wait for this game to end. It's actually a pretty good game now. And then we'll play this Fat Spider-Man story. Will they change up cards too, or just move them? I'm not sure. Somebody in chat earlier said something about there was an implication in the blog post that they might be changing some, but I don't know what they meant. Was there some wording in the blog post or the kind of indicated perhaps that could be the case? I might have missed that. Okay. Shenanigans, you never ever proc, dude. Ever. I've heard people saying how hard it is to get shenanigans off. I'm surprised by that, but it does seem to be reflecting my reality as well. Counters, great. Just so exciting. Excellent news. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Might be good on this guy if he lives. You can play Cold Light Oracle Gang Up Rogue. If you can figure out how to get him in standard, I will. I'm trying to build a standard mill rogue. Something different, new, and hard. Ambush is good. Oh my Yogg. What's it gonna be? Destroy your own stuff. Please, 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 please. Oh, I thought that's what was getting recast. Wait, I'm very confused by what just happened. Oh, he cast Sack Pack, but it whiffed. Oh, okay. Wait, why was it? Oh, it was 0 mana from the Kirtor Mage. Oh, obviously, duh. Oh, okay. That was a confusing visualization. Hey, Sprite Fox. By the way, did we scare off Omni when I did the thing where it was like, hey, Omni? He never came back. Oh, no. I thought he'd enjoy the meme, but he's gone. Omni, are you still here? Did I scare you? Oh, you are still here. Thank God. Oh, good. I was worried I scared you off, dude. But I legit know exactly what you mean about like feeling weird on Twitch. I've had that exact same feeling before. All right, I don't know. Whatever. It's so weird that I actually have synergies for this in my deck, I guess. At this point, I feel like giving my opponent cards is just more helpful than harmful, but whatever. Okay, this is gonna get bamboozled. Oh no, we already got a bamboozle. Wait. Oh no, that got counterspelled, didn't it? Oh yeah.
Come in.
The ambush proc.
Everyone's a winner.
Fireball. Wow. Okay. That hurts. Brutal, dude. I think I'm dead, right? Can't beat anything. I could give him a lot of bananas though. No, we could do this maybe. Let's see. What do I want to do now? Probably gonna get a counter spell, right? So let's. Oh, not a counter spell. Okay. I feel like I'm always gonna die to. Just direct damage, right? I feel like I'm always gonna die to direct damage. Oh my god, I should have let that go off sooner. Or well, maybe that was the first time he played it. Getting close. Temple Warrior with 2 Ogremancers. Cool, Shanab. That sounds awesome, man. I think Ogremancers a cool card. Kind of underrated, probably. Oh, yeah, see. Just that. Okay, well, I'm going to play the Kibbler story while I go BRB. I'm going to be right back. I got to pee. So enjoy this while I'm gone. I'll be back in 30 seconds or so, but the story might run on a little longer than that. So Sorry if it does. You're gonna end up watching the first half of a Battlegrounds game and then missing it. But let me tell you the tale. So I actually introduced Kibler to Lieutenant Eddie. I told him again, like, Lieutenant Eddie's the hidden gem of Hearthstone. Like, this was kind of my line to introduce people. I was like, he's got 400,000 subs. Like, it's crazy, right? And Kibler was like, that's wild. That's wild. He's like, I just got a new trainer or something, and apparently his trainer's like on YouTube. He like dresses up as Spider-Man, and he was like, I've got a YouTube channel, and the guy has like 700,000 subs or something on YouTube, like a bigger channel than Kibler. I doubt he gets like more views regularly, but he had one video that had like 150 million views or something. His trainer that dresses up like Spider-Man, and I was like, oh my god, that's my in. Like, I'm gonna be the Spider-Man guy. I'm gonna dress up like Spider-Man. And Kibler said, oh yeah, he's like Spider Fit, and you're like Spider Fat. I was like, I'm done, dude. No, Kibler, what have you done to me, bro? What have you done to me, Kibler? You murdered me. I laid my heart bare, and you ripped it apart.
Hey, buddy, watch this.
I'm back. Perfect timing, man. Excellently timed story, Kibler and Regis. Well, Kibler, you'd be happy to know I'm down 25 pounds so far this year. 24.7 to be exact. You madman. Let's see. Same shirt. Gosh dang it, yeah. Always. What wrong was that deck? What wrong was with that deck? Is it a negative 150,000 dust?
Shall we dance?
I don't understand your question. What do you mean? Okay, Team Hunter again.
Congrats on the progress, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, dude. Yeah, man. That's been going shockingly well. I mean, just into it.
Is spider fat nutritious?
Oh, man, it sounds delicious. I would eat a spider. I don't think I would, actually. Insects are weird. I would eat a lot of weird stuff, probably, but not insects. Well, no, I would probably eat, like, a cricket or something. Yeah, if it's deep-fried, maybe. I think I'd eat a cricket.
Hey, I got you, friend.
Food is one of those weird things where I do sometimes feel bad, like, thinking I wouldn't eat something that's, like, a cultural delicacy or something, but I still don't know if I'd be able to eat it a lot of the time. There's this one YouTube channel we've watched before. It's like the best ever food review show or something like that. Where this dude, he like lives in Vietnam or somewhere, I forget. But anyway, he eats like the craziest stuff. He goes and finds like the it's kind of like Andrew Zimmern style
Spiders
almost.
Are arachnids and not insects. You shouldn't have awakened the nerd in me.
True. You're right. No, fair correction. Fair correction. Anyway, he's a trooper. That dude eats anything, dude. I don't think I'd be able to do that. Like, I feel like I'd have to insult the people making the delicacy. I don't know. I don't think I could do it. Desmond, no, I don't think. I don't think so.
I figure if a few people are eating
I don't think
then
so,
why
dude.
Not?
No, that's a great attitude, Power. That's exactly what I'm saying is admirable. Yeah, I think you're admirable for that. That's a really cool perspective, but
content and inspiration.
I don't know if I could do it. I feel like I would just physically be unable. I hope I'm that cool though. I hope I could.
Don't let the door hit you.
And oh, Hearth Raven, dude, thanks for the 100 bits and the really nice words, man. Thank you, dude. Oh, is it a Spite Fox says, is it challenge to play garbage deck that costs 150,000
Why was
dust?
Brian? Don't call me Brian. Kibler.
Still don't
Kibler, so
totally
mean to
understand
you.
your question.
All I see is weakness.
Silly tempo demon hunter. Hit him with the bananas, Regis.
Ron I'm trying. Thank you for their bids. Dark Frank, thank you for their bids. I don't know, man. I don't think it was intended to be super mean or anything. I mean, I guess it's not theoretically the nicest thing ever, but it was a lighthearted moment. It wasn't like a really aggressive conversation or anything. For some reason, I thought this card was a 2/2 the whole time. It's a 2/4. Man. Thanks for the bits, guys. So Sprite Fox, I still don't understand, but I'm gonna explain what's going on. So the garbage decks are decks where people make like a troll deck that's really, really bad, and I have to suffer through trying to fix it and play it.
Major, I've learned about
like really bad, like intentionally stupid, like a priest deck with no minions and damage or something, right?
World and is only really frowned upon in North America and Europe. Insects are very nutritious as they are protein-packed and I believe it. I've heard about like those people turning like crickets into like really protein-rich food and stuff, so I totally buy it. Just said that. Alright, I could technically have probably stayed alive on board, but not with hero power maybe. Did I have a Kathir? No. This deck's really bad, guys. You could have guessed. I think it was the other banana guy that was a 2/2, but this one gives both players bananas. So since that's a downside, right? They wanted the stats to be higher, I think. The other one just gave you bananas, which is just pure upside. So the stats couldn't be as good. But so anyway, sorry, Sprite Fox, I didn't finish that. Garbage decks are really, really intentionally bad decks. If somebody wants to challenge me to fix a garbage deck by changing 5 cards and win a game with it in 3 attempts, that's 150,000 dust, because it takes like, an hour of the stream or something. So it's a big commitment for me. Everybody else has to watch me suffer, and I have to suffer, which I don't like doing. But yeah, if you have 150,000 dust you want to spend and want to watch me suffer trying to make your just absolutely miserable deck work, then you're welcome to do that. Garbage decks are like troll decks, though. They're not like just like, I made a deck, is it any good? They're like troll, like intentionally bad. Like all 0 mana cards or something, Okay, this looks good. Paladin. I don't know. Paladin. Seems like I don't love giving Paladin cards, but I don't know. Actually, I just realized that core set will be only 231 cards because 4 cards in core set are Demon Hunter cards from Ashes of
I saw that too, yeah.
Doesn't rotate, so it is just -4 cards.
I was wondering the same thing, Tremedius. That seemed weird, yeah. Why they would include cards that weren't already that already weren't rotating? Isn't that weird? Because Ashes of Outland will be in. Just people are basically gonna get those cards for free. Those 4 cards. So yeah, good point.
Garbage deck challenge now.
Maybe. Yeah, it definitely feels like it. It does feel like it, yeah. Okay. So he's at 6 cards. I mean, I really hate giving Reborn Paladin cards because that's like one of their few weaknesses. They don't usually have a ton of cards. But maybe I'll just give them maybe I'll just give them a bunch of bananas and stuff. And
well, they included them to give those to new players for free, but they didn't want to give too many cards to Demon Hunter because quite a few extras got printed for Demon Hunter in the Year of the Phoenix.
I actually want to shadow step this guy. I didn't think about it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that all sounds reasonable. Yeah, no, it sounds reasonable. Is this an actual Reborn Pally? I think it is an Albatross Reborn Pally, which sounds insanely cool. I'm giving him a lot of bananas. Hopefully he doesn't dump them all right now. I hope he plays like 1 5-mana card instead, right? Like a big Reborn card or something. Maybe he's just play a Bone Wraith or something. I don't know. That way I can really start loading him up. I mean, I guess currently, though, I can dump quite a few bananas into his hand with Cho. Seems he's going to dump his bananas. So maybe it's not so bad to reload with more bananas here. Although I'm just giving him a lot of tempo, man. Oh, he set the ambush for a trade at least. That's cool. Broom doesn't help clear this, so that's nice. Really want to ambush that, though, I guess, huh? Why broom that? a weird broom play, right? Why broom? Oh, just empty the hand, probably. Probably just empty the hand. Yeah, of course. Man, now I feel like I'm just never gonna get a full enough hand, and he's just gonna banana me to death.
So many options.
Give him 3 bananas. Cho will technically live, probably. Yeah, let's just try to keep the Cho alive, actually. I don't know, man. Well, he's gonna get enough bananas to kill Cho, though, right? He actually will be 1 short, I guess, huh? Won't he? He's got 3 bananas. No, he's still got 4 bananas. Oh, yeah, Cho's just gonna die. Oh, man, see, that was a mistake. Shoot. Now Cho just died. Well, I mean, I guess I get the bananas back if Cho dies, but I don't really need the bananas. Oh, he's just gonna play Vectis. Oh. Okay. Well, that's better then. He decides not to give me the bananas back. So we can definitely wreak havoc on his hand here. Give him a bunch of stuff. I want to burn his car. I want him to get my garbage, right, mostly, and then he's at 9, so this is 10. Then we burn a real card.
My hand is full.
Burn a rally. I get an albatross, thank God. Oh, that's a good burn. I don't think it's a game winner, though. So he's got 2 secrets and a coin and 4 bananas. And God knows what else. He knows what my cards are, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, this is a loot hoarder whelp. Oh, yeah, I could have killed this. Oh, you're right. I should have. I think you're right. I should have. Yeah, that would have been another nice burn, potentially. Yeah, I didn't spot that. Thank you. So now we can go Fish Flinger Vendor to burn another card. The problem is I still gotta win the game in the middle here. Somehow. I need a sap! Shot bot does not matter at all. Man, I'm 1 damage off too for making a cool play here. Far as killing that loot hoarder again, right? I'm gonna die, dude. Really, he kills the Cho now, right? Oh, the cards I burned are just the worst cards. Oh man, this deck is complete and utter garbage. I've been looking for a reason to grab Cho, still looking. Oh, that hit a little too hard, man. That hit a little too close to home, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Surely he just kills off the Cho. He's gonna give me bananas first. Oh, that's really nice. Okay. Am I dead, though? I might be dead, actually. Shoot, how much damage is there? Oh, crap. I didn't count that. I don't think I'm dead, am I? 7? 10? Oh, I think I am dead. Yeah, I'm just dead. Oh, shoot. Man. Give myself too many... I gave him too many bananas. Man. Something about this guy's movements feels like a bot. I don't know why, but I don't think it is, because I think there was weird stuff going on, but something about those movements were very bot-like almost. Any interest in revisiting your Highlander Warrior? Oh man, I don't know when is the last time I even had a Highlander Warrior. I'm sure you can still make any class in a pretty solid Highlander list these days. Stuff is just so strong. Yeah, Vanish would be really good. Yeah, Vanish would help. Wild format would just turn this deck into a monster, obviously, but that's kind of cheating. I wanted to do it without wild format, basically, right? That was the plan, anyway.
Shall we dance?
Oh, I did see a cool deck. What was that? Oh yeah, I saw an Elemental Mage list on Twitter I wanted to try. Shoot, where did that go? Alright, that's a good combo. Those are a little expensive for now. I don't think Paladin's our dream matchup here. I think a Priest is what I really, really want to play against.
Justice demands retribution.
Justice! Where's mine?
Even flowers have thorns.
I got a thorn, buddy. Don't make me thorn you, dude. Trying to find that elemental mage list I saw that was pretty cool.
So the goal of this deck is to end your opponent's life by giving them hyperkalemia.
Is that the fear of bananas? I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna guess that's the fear of bananas. Oh no, it's high potassium. Oh yeah. Bananas, of course, being famous for their potassium. I cannot find that list I found on Twitter earlier, making me really sad. It was a cool elemental mage list I wanted to play. Forgot to bookmark it. Man, if anybody can find it, some dude said he made elemental mage work. I'm gonna literally search Twitter for elemental mage. Well, that's not gonna work because there's like a bunch of Final Fantasy stuff, I guess, but
Don't let the door hit you.
no, I gotta wait.
Wow, apparently the name for fear of bananas is literally bananaphobia.
It's just bananaphobia. Yeah, no, it wasn't APX Void. It was some dude. I don't know.
Sure, the real goal of this deck is to save pirate decks from the dangers of scurvy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Man, where was that? I saw it on my feed. It has to be pretty recent. I can't find it. Sorry guys, I know I'm distracted. I'm just trying to find that thing. It's not working out for me though. As you can tell, we're not finding it.
Don't let the door hit you.
Like I heard something downstairs, man.
Don't let the door hit you.
Might working outside, I think. Beautiful tempo plays, man. I'm gonna stick this, by the way. I'm gonna be super greedy here. I think I need a full mana assortment to make this work. Deck's so bad I have to make really stupid greedy plays like this, I think, to get anywhere. Yeah, thanks for the bits, by the way, everybody. Rodma, Dr. Frank, Pyro, etc. Really nice. I think we're gonna have to give up on this stream here in a minute. I'm pretty bored playing this because it seems impossible to win. Still have quite a few decks I want to make, so. Speaking of which, I'm trying to line out my schedule for decks. Like, I got a lot of non-deck stuff planned on YouTube, talking about all these crazy new things. So, we may not need a ton of decks for the next week or two. And then we got BlizzCon coming up in about a week. I probably only need 1 or 2 more decks the next week. But then, March, I'm probably going to need decks. May run out of deck ideas, actually, before the expansion. That would be crazy. That's pretty rare. Sure, we'll find more, though. Still got, like, 7 or 8 on my list anyway. Oh, nice, it worked. The plan paid off. Could get a Nozdormu there, but I don't think that's worth. I think Freezing Trap against big stuff later could actually connect, because I may kill these off. Although I may not kill that off, now that I say that. guess. I'm not in love with Bamboozle, I gotta say. Yeah, it's cheap at least. Alrighty, let's kill these. I might get my dude bamboozled here if he has a weapon, right? But that's okay. His hand is at 9 cards. This game's actually, I've been the most distracted. It might actually be going the best. Maybe I should have been in the zone. Why didn't I play the mirror entity? I'm so mad at myself. Oh my god, I'm so annoyed right now. I'm so freaking annoyed right now. I didn't play the mirror entity. Oh my god. And now I only have spots for one more secret. He didn't proc any of my freaking secrets. That is so annoying, dude. This is basically lethal on this. One of you even called it, dude. One of you even said it. That really annoyed. Pressure plate will be good, I think. Murloc dead. Okay. What else do we get? Oh, Scrapyard's a good burn. All right. So, yeah, tip scales naturally. I'm gonna get something here, but not much. Freezing Trap and Bamboozle are interesting. But they got 4 rush minions. That's so crazy, dude. That's so bonkers, man. Oh my god, dude! No! I'm not saying this is particularly unlikely, by the way, just that it's annoying and this deck is annoying. Well, thank God we got that 5-drop, huh? Super worth. Just a great play all around, I'd say. 10 cards in hand, so I can actually destroy that. Play this with less risk, which is cool. This doesn't give him a minion, which is cool. Okay. Oh, all right. Can we generate enough value, though, is the thing. Like, I don't know. Doesn't feel like it. This might eat a couple minions, but it's not going to eat that guy, unfortunately.
Hey, Desert Obelisk is strong. It was played in that one really strong deck. Turtle Mage. Only
the bad version, though. I don't think they played it in the real one, did they? As far as I remember. I feel like it was only in the bad version. Yeah, we're gonna die. You can give this thing bananas and make it nuts, right? That's what's terrifying here. So I'm just dead if he plays it right, I think. Well, actually, Pressure Plate might screw him. Never mind. Pressure Plate can definitely keep me in this. I don't. I guess this is still the better target, right? For now. Damage-wise. Shadow Step. What is that gonna do for me? Basically nothing. I mean, I could get like a really cheap. I could get like a 2-mana 10-drop here, I guess. That'd be pretty cool. Ambush. So he probably has to go face and then trade for the ambush, right? You don't want this killing your 7-drop, do you? Oh, he does. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, that helps me. I unfortunately don't have a Scrapyard Colossus to grab. I don't know. Maybe there's like a Nazoth, but is that even any good for me? I don't think so. I think I'm just dead still. But... Oh, what am I...
I don't have enough mana.
I'm so stupid. That's not how this card works. I don't get his. I get mine. I got him 8-man. God, this deck's so bad. This is so stupid. I got an 8-mana. And a 9-man. Just great. Oh man, this this card's great. Turn all my 2-drops into 10-drops. I love it. Oh, it's just great.
Mana drop will definitely win you the game. Hey, it might be okay if it is tip the scales. He has no murlocs left.
Man, I gotta stop this, guys. Yeah. 2 mana tip the scales, yeah. Might easier, you're right. He might not have anything left. He played a lot of murlocs already. Okay, we gotta give this stream up. This stream is dead.
Make some room by
I really want to find
Kilbin, I am loving the channel so far. I am curious,
the elemental
what did you study in grad school?
mage. Industrial organizational psychology. Basically, research study methodology stuff. So building studies and doing data analysis for said studies in a business psychology framework. Which was, it was okay. I kind of hated some of it, but I hated academia. I really didn't like academia at all. But I liked some of the research design stuff a lot. I like some of the data analysis a lot, but I kind of hated R, which is what we worked in. I'm trying to find this elemental mage list that looked so cool. Can anybody help me out? Hook me up? Nope, that's not it. I saw it on Twitter this morning. Forgot to save it. It's just like somebody retweeted it or something. It's not on a Hirun, who's where I normally find decks, I feel like. Nope, that's not it. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Really got my hopes up. Oh, nope, that's APX Void again. Nope. It was some dude. I don't think I knew his name or anything. It was maybe, God, was it on Reddit or anything? I hope not. If that's the case, you guys might help me find it though. Is anybody in chat? I'm not reading chat, so you guys might be posting it already for all I know. I don't know when I saw it. I think it was this morning early. Can't find it. Back to 20 hours ago. No. Oh, well, maybe it looks like that. No, I don't think this was it. I think it was different. No. Some guy, oh, maybe Zach. Oh, yeah, maybe Zach. That sounds like that might have been who it was. Yeah. Oh, you might be right. Yeah. Holy crap. Yes. Spelled? No. No, that's different. No. I did see that one as well, but that's not the one I'm looking at. Man, I can't find it on Twitter. It sucks. That was a good guess, though, Elder Goose. Good try, man. That was close. Well, in that case, what do we want to make? Not feeling especially inspired by anything at the moment. What we could do is go back to our last stand legendaries. Where we try to build decks for the least played legendaries before they rotate. So Rise of Shadow, Savers of Doom, and Descent of Dragons legendaries. We did already Tack, which worked out pretty well. Could try to make a Vereesa Windrunner Hunter. I did reveal Vereesa Windrunner, so that might be fun. Did Gibbler play it on his YouTube channel? I doubt it. I think I saw it this morning. Gibbler's YouTube channel is usually a few days behind, I feel like.
Against a
No, it's a different list. Yeah, I don't know. Man, I don't even know where I saw it. Like, somebody like retweeted it or something, or maybe I just dreamed it. Maybe it never actually happened. Maybe it was just a dream. I think somebody just retweeted it though, and I saw it on Twitter this morning, and now it's not there. It's not on my feed anymore. I should have bookmarked it, but I think it was on my phone or something. I forgot to. All right, let's try a Vereesa. Vereesa Last Stand Legendary. Build a hunter deck that supports and enables Vereesa. Because Banana Rogue was definitely a failure. We'll go back to Banana Rogue at some point, but not today. I got bored with it. So Vereesa Hunter. I also have 7 other decks I want to do. One of which is Hunter. Rita's dreaming about elemental mages. Yeah, apparently, right? I don't know what happened, man. Totally disappeared. Completely gone. So, I think we want damage with this deck for sure, number 1. And, you know, support for Vereesa. So, like, arcane shots and, of course, rapid fire is going to make a lot of sense in case we want to go face a lot. I'm not sure we're always going to want to go face, though. I think we could actually build a bit of a slower deck in here, too, utilizing cards like maybe Bola Shot, maybe Overwhelm, but I don't think so. Any other damage-based stuff? Of course, kill commands, but we'll get there. And I was also going to build a deck around this card, but we haven't got there yet. Professor Slate? I get it. We'll see. We'll see. Keep that in mind. I don't know, but we'll see. Somebody said toxic reinforcements. I mean, I do sort of like the idea of, like, do we build this for, like, long-term unavoidable damage sort of thing? Do we, you know, like toxic reinforcements and then just chip our opponent down as we get more and more damage, and then eventually Vereesa's even more chip damage sort of thing? Is that the path? Is it like we could actually go Highlander with it and put Vereesa at the top of our deck with Polkelt sometimes, so that we know we have Vereesa, and then like build towards that side of it? The problem is there's no spells in between like Vereesa and the next card we'd want. Do you know what I mean? Like there's no 6 mana burst damage card, basically, if that makes sense. I don't think I want to go full like Geppetto Malagos. That feels too shenanigan-y. Part of me does want to go Highlander though with it. Can we build like a Vereesa kind of spell-focused Highlander Hunter instead of going all in on normal Highlander Hunter stuff? It definitely means the deck's gonna be better in general, I think. Typically this works out in your favor, I think. But just have a lot of damage-based spells in there, so the Bola Shots, etc. Man, there really aren't that many in Hunter, though. It feels weird that Vereesa got put into a Hunter meta where I don't feel like there's that many damage-based spells. You know what I mean? Like, looking, there's just not that much stuff that deals damage. It's kind of weird, right? Man, she kind of got dunked on. I don't... Oh, did I skip Corrosive Shot? Yeah, or, yeah, Breath. That'd be good, yeah. Sorry. Man. No, Twin Spell's still here, but she did not get a lot of, like, bonus support. I don't feel like Explosive Shot's exciting enough, but We could add in Wand Maker to get us more, and Cobalt as well to get us more arcane shots and rapid fires sometime, right? On occasion. Although those actually kind of make me want to go non-Highlander again, to be honest. That's a lot of 1-mana spells that are really good. These sort of make me want to go non-Highlander now. Shoot. I think I'm gonna go back. I think I'm gonna go back to non-Highlander. What does Arcane Fletcher do again? Did that rotate? I didn't think so. I think that'd be too hard to use. Guys, I think I'm gonna go back. I think I'm gonna go back to non-Highlander. I really, really like the Cobalt Spellkin Wand Maker kind of support. I think that's actually maybe gonna give us the spell density we need for Vereesa. That's pretty cool. Cobalt Wand Maker. Gotta go back and double all these up, unfortunately, because I'm an idiot. One. I don't know if we want 2 of these, but I'll add it for now, just in case. Rapid Fire, Bola Shot, Corrosive Breath, Kill Command. Probably don't want the multi-shot anymore. I think I want more face damage. Mark Shot can find me face damage, so it might still be good. Scrap Shot.
Didn't stream much in January, and I skipped a couple of streams too, so only just now.
Yeah, both actually January and December were both light for me, dude.
I will get back on track when new expansion releases, as you will. Stream more than usual.
Yeah, in fact, this month should be more in general. December and January were light. Amalgam for Beast and Dragon? Interesting. We do need dragons and beasts. I wanted to run Bark Stripper because it's really good with all these cheap spells. So, actually, are there any other good Spellburst cards? There's always the 1-drop. Wow, you know what? Pinflinger kind of makes sense in this list, doesn't it? It's a lot of repetitive damage. That's pretty cool. So I only have 2 dragons right now for Corrosive Breath. I only have 2 beasts. Somehow. I think I can cut the Sharpshooter. Any beasts that make a ton of sense here? Still not convinced on Slate. Kel'Thuzad had me intrigued. I just really hate Slate, I think, guys. I don't know. Could maybe just do like a Zixorg is a good card. Could do Amalgams. I think that's a decent idea. Not a lot of beasts jumping out, I gotta say. Amalgam feels sort of random to me. I'd almost rather have more Spellburst in there, I think. Oh, did we? I do like the 1-drop Shimmerfly, actually. That's pretty good. Yeah, Shimmerfly's nice as a beast and spell. Yeah, thank you. That's a good idea. I do like Rhino sort of for the unavoidable damage aspect, yeah. And getting buffed is pretty good on it. Keep Rhino in mind. I also have 0 card draw right now, guys. Oh, Arcane Fletcher with Pinflinger is actually really cool again. Oh my god, dude, you're... it's such a bad card. Can I really run it? Oh, jeez, dude, it's so bad. Oh, I don't know if I can do that, dude. It's so bad, but I like it. I like it in theory. It's just so bad. I like Bigglewelt, but I think I like Onyx Mage Scribe better because it's cool on curve in some ways. Just filling the gap here. Of course, we don't have a lot of 5s either, but little heavy on 4. I think I'm going to cut the Mark Shot. I think we could do better. I added in the Arcane Fletcher, so I mean, are you guys going to go insane if I don't add Professor Slate? Like, I don't really think I want it. I'd honestly almost rather have the 4-drop Spellburst or like Kel'Thuzad or like this maybe to give me some like AoE. I guess we have bola shots and stuff though. Kind of do the same thing. Corrosive Breaths can keep me alive. Do you need Polkelt? I think I want to find Vereesa fairly regularly. It's debatable. Do we actually want to run any other spell damage card? Like, I think a Thalnos would be pretty reasonable card draw bonus, and of course fit pretty well into our spell stuff. I need cards, I think. Also, Steward of Scrolls might not be bad. I wish it was a dragon. Feels weird running Bola without Slate. I kind of think the opposite. Like, I feel like this is best on like turn 2 or 3 to clear small stuff, and Slate would just be overkill. I don't know. What if your weapon gets broken? I mean, it's a Vereesa Windrunner deck. I mean, I can't. It's the fate. That's why Vereesa's so bad, right? You're describing a lot of the reasons she's so terrible. But if we're making a Vereesa Windrunner deck, we got to tank those. I can't fix the. I can't change the card. Oh, this hurts me to my soul. Do you guys know how much hate I got for saying Professor Slate was going to be bad, by the way? I think I even just gave it 3 stars, and people went, like, crazy on me. You got, like, death threats for saying Slate wasn't going to be very good. Man. I mean, he might be good eventually. We don't know. Time's not up, but so far... People gave me an ungodly amount of hate. For some reason, they really wanted Slate to be good. You guys kind of talked me out of the Polkelt a little bit with putting all my cheap spells at the bottom. I think that does sound pretty bad. Somebody in chat mentioned that. I think that's pretty reasonable. Maybe Vereesa's not like so good that we have to have her, you know. It's not a Down Tamer brand situation, is it? It's definitely more of a...
Welcome, boys.
He isn't that good though. Yeah, no, that's the point. I was justified in my rating, I feel like, so far, and I got so much hate.
Combine thing, should I dust my cards?
He's terrible, I know.
Classic.
I actually, if I don't even know if I gave him 3 stars or not, but if I did, I overrated Slate.
I am confused, haha.
And people gave me crap for underrating him. You're not getting all of them for free. You're getting all of the core set cards for free. You won't be getting all basic and classic cards for free. You'll be getting the versions of the basic and classic cards that are in the core set for free. Knuckles, it really just depends on whether or not you want to use your classic and basic cards in other game modes, like wild or duels or whatever, right? If you only care about standard, you might be okay to dust, but otherwise you might not. And in fact, we don't even know all the game modes. So there may be some other game mode that really cares for some reason. I don't know. Maybe not, too. Is there any other card that gives me a spell? Like, it generates a spell or interacts with spells or it's cool with spells somehow. Volpira. I'm a little light on 3s, actually. I wouldn't mind a Volpira, maybe. I'd actually rather have 2 Volpiras than a Professor Slate, to be honest, but you guys won't let me. Moarg's interesting. I do kind of like Moarg. I would rather have Moarg than Slate, too. Yeah, exactly. Another great example. He's asking if we can dust classic cards after it's announced and then get them for free later. Yeah, I think I answered that, or tried to anyway. No, you will get the versions that are in the core set for free later, but that'll only be a fraction of the total. And you won't get to keep them forever. You'll just get to keep them while they're in core set. It's like a lease. A lease, not L lease. So again, if you only care about standard format, you can dust your classic and basic cards, but that means you won't get to play them in any other game mode ever. You'll lose them forever. Other than the ones that are in standard format in the core set. You'll get to keep those. I mean, you'll be able to play those in wild as well, but any that aren't in the core set, you won't have anything to do with if you dust them. So it's just really up to you. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, it's kind of like Doom of the Tomb cards. You could just keep, they're on loan, they're a lease. A lease. I don't think I ever keep the Fletcher for the Shimmerfly in hand, right? Oh, I love his Hunter portrait. It's so good. Okay. All right. I'll just probably tempo a Thanos on 2. Maybe a hero power though to get some unavoidable damage in, right? Ooh, Quest Hunter versus Spell Damage Hunter. What is this? What is Spell Hunter? Well, not really Spell Hunter because we have minions, but you know, Spellburst Hunter. What do we call this? Vereesa Hunter? Pinflinger Hunter? I don't know what the name is. What do you guys call this? Wobbly Tiger, by the way, thank you for the sub, dude. That's really nice. What happens to the classic pack reward from Tavern Brawl? I don't know. I probably won't be classic. I bet it'll be like one of the year of packs. Like we have like year of the whatever packs, you know? I bet it's one of those. That's my guess. Thanos Ebola shot. Save that for later, maybe. Don't feel a ton of urgency just yet on dealing with all this. Let's man, this is not usually a very good roll ever, though, is it? There's not much going on there that's exciting. Bola shot. Maybe it is a Bola shot already. Feels weird, though, when he's going to have some 1/1s coming back. Rapid fire trade? I don't want to use all my rapid fires before I find a Vereesa or something. Let's just see what this turns into. Let's get a hero power. Most boring turn ever. Most recent expansion. Oh, there you go. Okay, it'll be to most recent expansion. Well, the quoted text right there says such. It says recent card packs. That might mean latest expansion, though. Who knows? I don't know. All right, we probably use a rapid fire to clear that, right? Ooh, another kill command. I don't have a lot of beasts. There's some risks to the kill command. I have Swarm of Locusts, of course, but how long are those going to stick around? Arcane Shot's cheaper and similar damage if I don't have a beast. But I want total damage output, I think. Okay. I love this. 2 off-meta Hunter decks. I mean, his is like sort of off-meta. Mine's like 3 miles away looking in the distance at the meta. But, you know, more or less 2 off-meta Hunter decks. Draw a beast. Not a beast. That's not a beast at all, you fool. What on earth do we even think these secrets are? I don't know. I'm gonna send this face. I love it, dude. This deck has no shame. Just go face with everything.
WASNT paying attention. UDIDNT forget target.
I circled him. I did. I circled him. I really did. I really did. Go review the VOD. I totally circled him.
That stay right.
I got him. Silverback and Ogre both got selected. Don't you worry. Arcane Shot. Oh my god, they're leaving up so much face damage here for me potentially. Might take a little extra damage on this if we're dealing with a explosive trap, but that's okay. Actually, yeah, that's okay. It's probably freezing traps, my guess. Oh, it is explosive. Wanted to use the spell while the spell damage was on board, right? I don't care about this being damaged. I want to maximize my damage output, so. All right. Still no beast in hand. Man, this is starting to feel like a bit of a problem for both kill commands and... Oh, wow. Just Starving Buzzard. Only 2 mana left, though. Interesting. Corrosive Breath, but I used my dragon. Things a little whack. I might just use a Swarm turn to clear here a little. Oh, or Bola Shot. Oh, Bola Shot's nuts! Yeah! Double Bola Shot! I love it. I don't think I'd mess with the other Bola Shot. I think I'd just go face again. Even though this isn't buffed. Just squeeze in the mana. hero power this way. Okay. Down to 12. I have 6. Well, this is theoretically a lot. Theoretically 9 here. Some of these would be better with support, of course, but hey. I can't wait till turn 9 for this if I want to guarantee it. These two together, right? This guy's stack is so greedy. Like, it's all value-based, I feel like. Hunter's Mark Bola shot over here, baby. Is he gonna go face, though? He is. Okay. So... positioning here actually a little annoying for me. I think we'll Swarm and Bola. Gonna go ahead and Bola early, right, to make sure this doesn't get buffed. Okay. So down to 8. I have, for 9 mana, 8 damage right here. If I keep a beast, of course, even more. His quest isn't done, so I don't feel like he's gonna burst damage me here or anything. I feel like we're fine. This is weird, dude. Why? Buzzard will be a 2-1 again. Only in classic format, not in regular, wild, or standard Hearthstone. Yeah, this is a great game to get the feel for classic Hearthstone, isn't it? Yeah. Buzzard definitely makes it feel that way. Oh my god, he's got Bola shot too! So this is the 6, 8. Close game. Weird matchup for sure, but hey, I'll take the win. Nice. Weird. Just weird, dude. It turns out chipping that damage face probably was the right choice. Spell damage, rapid fire face, I think it was. Maybe an arcade shot, who knows. Where can I find information about the upcoming changes? The official website has a good blog post. If you go to my YouTube, I linked it in the description of my video too, and comment if that's easier for you to find it. Maccabi, dude, thanks the 4 months, by the way. Thanks, Maccabi. You're amazing. What canned poison drink? Oh, that's just arsenic. I just straight up, you know. I don't mess around anymore. Built up such resistance now. It's just like water. Like tea. steeped it in an arsenic bag. Robber dude. Oh, I thought you were telling me to scroll down. I'm at the bottom. It's like I'm at the bottom. I see your message. You're talking to him. I see. Okay. I don't really want to keep rapid fire. Colt, Bark Stripper actually seems pretty solid against Paladin. I feel like might be some plays here. This is a much better hand. This is so good against a lot of the big. Like if he goes for a Blessing of Authority or something, I can just murder it. Maybe. Be sick. This deck actually doesn't feel too bad, guys. I'm like sort of pumped. I want to get a Vereesa, of course, rolling. But that first, I mean, I don't know if that first game was much measure. That was a weird deck we played, but
I cannot wait to read these.
the like kind of core of this, hit a dragon. Oh my god, no, please hit a dragon. Ugh. I mean, I only have 4 dragons. It's not especially likely, but I don't know, man. The lack of beast and the lack of dragon is making that amalgam idea that got tossed out feel better and better. I just don't know what I'd cut. Maybe the Arcane Fletcher. Feels like that's going to be a pretty hard to use card. I didn't really want the Arcane Fletcher either, but you know, again, you guys are convincing, I gotta say. Just leave the Pinflinger on board. I think so. Great plays are being made, man. Great plays. I mean, it might force a bad play out of him, you know, like attacking it with a 4-attack weapon or something. Just out of desperation. I think I'd be okay with that. If he commits a 4-attack weapon to the Pinflinger, I think ultimately that's still a win for us, right? Indeed, yeah. Draw a dragon, man! Please. I don't want to keep using these garbage cards. He's gonna heal so much. I'm out of this game. It's already over. Already over. What is this deck called? I would call it a Vereesa Spellburst Hunter.
Become the hero. This world needs.
Ranma thanks for the 100 bits. Oh, this would be good, but I don't have mana. First day of school. Oh man, I need a 1-drop. Oh my god. Oh, I really need a 1-mana card. Okay, this is... Of course I draw the dragon after both my idiots are gone. Yeah, Krawlis next turn. I really need them to not play all those 1-drops, right? Oh, I can actually bola shot though, so I might be able to clear out some of the small minions. Well, those aren't any small minions, huh? Now it's just about sniping, huh? Might still be right to bola shot though. Kind of wasteful, I guess. I should probably open with carry-on studies. All right, let's go. 8-8, baby. Let's go. Come on. If I don't ever click, it won't be able to stop me. Come on, 8 drop. Come on. Take this. Might play it. Come on, hit it. Hit it. Ugh. Now I need a hunter's mark. Snake trap. Cool. Yeah, we lose, obviously. We're just dead. Vohax, dude, thanks for the 2 months. Thanks, Vohax. Wouldn't amalgam be good? Yeah, we've been talking about it. I think we're gonna cut the Fletcher for it, actually. The Fletcher's just so greedy. Really. This would be cool if I was still gonna be alive somehow. Be sick if it hit the 8-8 and I could clear. Oh, it did. Wow, man, that's a pretty good turn if I wasn't 1 health. Do you think Elemental Shaman is something that can be good? We actually played an Elemental Shaman recently. It wasn't great. It was okay. It was a Battle Cry Elemental Shaman. We won some games with it. Here, check it out. This video was underviewed anyway. Here, go watch it. Get some views on this video. Didn't do so great. Elemental Shaman has returned, it says. Sorta. Thoughts on Shadow Form? I think it could be cool. I hope it's supported more than we had in the past. It's pretty expensive too. I feel like it could be discounted a bit maybe. All right, yeah, let's do the amalgam thing. I think those are all good ideas. Definitely felt light on support for Beast and Dragon stuff.
Welcome, boys. Make some room by the hearth, won't you?
Waldo, dude, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Wow, Waldo, man. All I do is add amalgam and you drop a sub. That's cool. Kicked up a hype train as well. Thank you, Waldo, man. Hype train number 2 on the day. That's crazy. We're like 3 hours into the stream already. Jeez, it's gone fast. A lot of chatting about cool cards and stuff today, so I went quick. Okay, this is a sick hand. Wow, yeah, I like this a lot. A lot of ways to keep up with rogue stuff. A lot of pressure with the pin flinger. This could actually be decent. Might have missed that video. Oh, no worries, dude. It happens. YouTube, you know, YouTube decides who to send videos to based on how the first batch of people they send it to react to the video. So, you know, if they send out a video to 1,000 people and it turns out like, you know, maybe not that interesting. The thumbnail is boring or the title was bad or they just don't care about the deck or the class. Those 1,000 people are kind of like, nah, not a great video. Then the next 1,000 people, YouTube's like, well, okay, we're going to send it to 800 instead of 1,000. Because it wasn't that great. No. And then those 800, they also respond the same way. Now we're down to 600, right? And then that's why some videos do worse than others. Alternatively, if the video is great, they're like, oh man, people love that video. Let's send it out to 1,500 this time and see how it does. Oh man, people really loved it again. They're really responding well. Let's send it out to another 2,000, etc. It's cool to watch when you can see the data. Amalgam Hype, good at lagging. Thanks to the tier 1 to Dr. Meatwad and Brinto Box. Watching you play Albatross Rogue gave me an idea. I put together an Albatross Galakron Priest. Oh, we've done that before, dude. The Jessica Alba Priest. That's a staple around these parts. We love Jessica Alba Priest. Yeah, Waldo, man, that's why I streams, talk to people. Pretty boring otherwise. What if they made Shadow Form keep increasing +1 damage if you cast it 3 or more times? Oh, that'd be cool. Like, if you'd have to find extras somehow, that'd be fun. The mirror matches where you're like stealing them from your opponent would get crazy. I'd like to see that. Man. Steal them from your opponent over and over again. Death by 1,000 pins. Jessica Alba Priest versus male enhancement priest. Who wins? Jessica Alba always wins in my book, man. Always wins. Can't lose. Bum, 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 bum. Ugh. Feels kind of bad, but probably correct. Definitely can't fall too far behind on board here, or we're not going to have time to get the damage over the top later. So here we could go Krallisk coin to defeat a stealth minion. Defeat? It's literally never used that word in my life in Hearthstone. You can defeat the stealth minion. He must be defeated. Ugh, weird hand. I think I gotta do this. Okay, huh? That's a lot of damage maybe, but we're behind right now. Thoughts on Rag coming back? I would love for Rag to come back, but I don't think Rag will come back because they very specifically called out that Shadow Form would be returning from the Hall of Fame, which sort of implied that none of the other Hall of Fame cards would be returning. It was an important clarification about like Legacy versus Hall of Fame or whatever. So that made me think that we're probably only going to get Shadow Form and not Rag or Sylvanas. Although that's sad. Did they also talk about them moving back into Classic? They did, right? Because the replacement cards are like Natalie Celine and, well, those aren't the replacements, but Whitemane and Brightwing are moving into Legacy. So maybe Rag and Sylvanas are moving back into Classic, which means they would be eligible, right? But then why is Shadow Form? I don't know. This is also, I don't know what's going on anymore. It's all made up. That's all just made up. I don't know any of the rules.
Amazing.
Maybe. Anyway, I'd love Rag and the Sylvanas to come back both. I think they'd both be fine in modern day Hearthstone. I think they're both super iconic characters, particularly Rag. I have a real soft spot for, so sign me up for Rag either way. Ranma! Oh my god, 5 gifted subs. Oh no, it's only 98% of the hype train though. Oh, Beetle King's gonna save it. Oh my god, Beetle King, thank you, dude. That was close, guys. That was scary. Actually, we want this. Alright, let's get those toxic boys going. Beast on board is more important. Dragon in hand is more important, so we trade the dragon. Alright, we've suddenly equalized this game. Grats to Shamuzor, Death of Spam, Elder, Kapka, Arcastra, and Beetle King with 1,000 bits. And your name is Blue, which makes me think of the Blue Beetle, which is an incredible comic book character. It also makes me think of Beetleborgs, which is a great TV show. I guess I have a weird thing about beetles I didn't even know until right now. I'm learning a lot. This has awakened something deep inside of me. John Manipulation, dude, thanks for the 100 bits. Beetle King, the hero we deserve indeed. Yeah. Man. Incredible. Thanks for the hype train completion, everybody. That's nuts, Beetle King. Crazy 1,000 bits, dude, out of nowhere. Baller stuff. Is this a lethal? Is this even worth playing? They have a lot of damage. 6, 7, 8 plus 6 is 14. Am I really one off, maybe? I don't know. Let's start going and see what happens. I feel like because of hero power's inefficiency. Well, this is just as efficient as hero power, right? I should have looked at this a lot closer before doing this. I'm making really bad plays right now. Oh, Pinflinger hero power is lethal. Yeah, cool. Okay. Sweet. Or double rapid fire is lethal too. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Or rapid fire Pinflinger is lethal. Whatever it is, we got it. Nice, dude. Cool win. I wasn't even paying attention. It's all from a song called King Beetle on the Coconut Estate. I don't know that song. Favorite comic strip, Beetle Bailey? No, Calvin and Hobbes. I think we'll always take that crown. Calvin and Hobbes is a life changer. I don't know. King Beetle on Coconut Estate. I can't play it. I'm going to get demonetized. I literally can't play it. I'm going to get demonetized. Beetleborg. Yeah, dude. Beetleborg is a cult classic, dude. The bad Power Rangers. Power Rangers is already bad. Dude, I finally watched the movie Kong Skull Island last night. Because we're prepping for Kong versus Godzilla. I just missed it. Like, I'd watched the two Godzillas. It was great. I was in love with it. It was awesome, man. I don't know how I waited so long to watch it. I thought it was a fantastic movie. In fact, I liked it much better than the Godzillas, which I thought were okay. Godzilla 1 better than 2, but both were just solid. But Kong was fantastic. I'm pumped for Kong versus Godzilla now. Yeah, Calvin and Hobbes is officially the best. Yeah, it's life-changing, really. Legitimately incredible writing. Yes, the like Elvis clown and Beetleborgs. Yes, so trippy, right? The weirdest like icon for your show. So strange. Not the one with Jack Black. No, it's Loki from Thor and Captain Marvel from Captain Marvel and Samuel L. Nick Fury. Just go by the Marvel names of everybody. So Brie Larson. What is Loki's name? I can't think of it. For some reason, I'm thinking Benedict Cumberbatch, but that's obviously Doctor Strange. Tom Hiddleston and Samuel L. Jackson and a bunch of other people, really. There's a lot of people in that movie. It's like 3 years old. Have a hardback complete collection of Calvin Hobbes. Ooh, that sounds great. I have like just a bunch of assorted. I think I have them all at this point probably, but a bunch of just assorted books here and there. Are you a monkey man? I don't. Listen, I don't think so. I'm afraid to answer the question. I feel like that probably means something I don't know, and YouTube's really gonna laugh about it when they hear. So I'm gonna just go with a very safe no. I'm not a monkey man. Can you work Beetleborgs into a future intro? I've used it before. I've done Beetle Druid with Beetleborgs. I'm sure we can make it work again. Yeah. Oh, John C. Reilly. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was in. You're right. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. Another Marvel connection. Yeah. Perfect. Never ends, the Marvel train, does it? I think I can play this since I have other stuff in hand. The question is it the best play? Because there's some pretty good stuff going on here too, right? Like just boom and boom. Just kind of win the board back, right? Would I rather hero power? Probably. I don't know though. May not be able to go over the top satisfactorily. I can kill a Flesh Giant with this, maybe. So you support our savior Godzilla and not the monkey. Well, I don't know. I liked both, actually. I like Godzilla and the monkey. I don't think he's a monkey, though, right? He's a great ape, I think. Aren't they different?
So much untapped power in this world.
To get nerdy.
Why do you call?
I can't wait to see the result, regardless. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Oh, bad play, kind of, isn't it? Probably want to clear that taunt effectively, though. Efficiently. Oh, gonna brew me. Wow, dude. Jerk move, man. Do I even need to kill minions ever again is the question, right? I don't know. Kind of risky making this my only beast since this one's so cheap, but I need it on board, I think. Radioactive lizard versus buff monkey. I'm hyped, dude. I'm hyped. DMCA warning on my oh God, that was loud. Loud warning on it instead. I'm gonna mute it so there's no DMCA. That's funny. Alright, love the trades. Oh, well, I don't really love that trade so much. He healed a ton. That's not good. Never mind. I didn't see that was buffed. I thought these were both running in. That would be way cooler. I need to play these together to get the board back at some point. This game's getting out of hand, dude. It's like I really can't race very effectively here. I might just have to Crawlisk anyway. Problem is all the spells I'd want to use are... Nah, let's just play a dude. Dudes are cool. Dudes are real cool. Alright. That might give me a better race advantage. I don't know. I'm still leaving up 7 damage here potentially, so I'm real scared. But they're kind of behind on health, so I'm thinking they might want to... And they want to damage themselves for their Flesh Giants. They may want to trade to make sure they have time to play Flesh Giants and stuff. I've been saving classic packs in case they added more. Should I open them now? I think so. I don't... somebody in chat answer that. I don't know. There's technically potential reason to wait if you want old Hall of Fame cards that are coming back, I think, to Classic. But double check that on Twitter. Celestalon on Twitter has a ton of answers to that sort of stuff. I retweeted it, so you can go to my profile and check. I don't know the answer right now, man. I'm sorry. It seems like something I should know the answer to, but I suck. And I can't remember. There's a lot of complicated elements to this right now, so forgive me. Oh, too many dudes. I can't use this to clear any more effectively. I think going face was the smart play too. God, these Flesh Giants are gonna be so cheap. Can I just go face and say screw it? 12. No, not really. Sorta, but not really. 12, 15, 17. I might be able to just go face and say screw it. Like, I gotta clear a little to stay alive. Obviously. I probably should have already pinflingered, to be honest. That was probably a mistake. Maybe not, though. So the taunt or the 8-8 here are the home run result. These suck. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I should have pinflingered. I don't think I like this play or this play. You know what? Screw it. If he wants to kill the pinflinger, go for it, dude. I don't care. I want the damage on board. I want the face attack. So I have 6, 8, theoretically 13, 15, 16, based on even actually more of the pinflinger survives. Uh-oh. We have 2 of those? No way. Oh my god, that's such an insane result. Is he gonna double Soulfire me, dude? No way! What a god! Oh my goodness. I didn't think I'd be dead to burst damage. That surprised me. I thought Wicked Whispers was a possibility. I didn't expect Soulfires. Last list I played didn't have Soulfires, I don't think. Maybe it did. Now that I say that. I think it actually did. I hit Legend with Zoo last month. I don't remember, though, what I played. Okay. Well, that was kind of a close game. That was actually a pretty neat game, despite the loss. I didn't hate it. Dude, I think the core set is going to help fix the barrier to entry. A ton, actually. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be best at, for sure. People... Ooh, new skin. Yeah, looking good. 100%. Yeah, it's... Basically, new players don't have to catch up a whole classic set to have all those cards, right? Just saves a lot there. Returning players have a big chunk of the meta just ready to go. Even if they're missing stuff. It's handy. Yeah, I think it'll help. I hope so. Most people seem pretty excited about it too, which is good. That alone is, you know, when people are excited about things, they feed back into the system, they're playing, they're excited, they're telling their friends, like that alone can have a really big kind of incremental boost to the game's excitement and stuff. All right. Yeah, double pinflinger. Let's do it. I don't have a lot of spells right now, but boy, are we gonna get some. We're gonna get so many spells. Uther Halloween got some new voice lines. Yeah, no, it did. Again today, or you mean previously? I noticed we looked at it before, but did it get even more? You're telling me? That sounds wild. I don't clear. I go phase here. This deck doesn't have a lot of reactivity usually. Reborn Paladin. Why have we seen so many Reborn Paladins today? What's going on? Why players need to craft the core set when it rotates? Kind of a letdown. There's only 29 new cards, but do you have to craft those? Is that what we're told? I don't think that. I think actually Celestalon said that wasn't the thing, right? Am I crazy? Maybe he didn't say that, but I thought that's what he said. Hold up. I'm not gonna be able to find that fast enough. What are you basing that on?
Your presence
It would only be 29 new cards anyway, and then even then I don't think that's confirmed at all. In fact, I think we've heard evidence of that being the opposite even. Perhaps even more than not confirmed.
You don't take the walks.
It's not a very good card. I really want to send these face, but this is lifesteal, right? Like I gotta. Oh, I'm gonna float a pinflinger here too. Man, I don't like that either. Shoot! Not a good turn. He may not have an answer to it though. Could be because Tice played Quest Ballet today. Oh, that could be why. Yeah, that would explain it. So Lestalon said I think they're not sure what's going to happen to the 29 new cards after the afterwards. But I would hope that the 29 new cards are just given to you since you already owned them. If you had to craft them, it's true that you might feel like Wild has more stuff to craft. I mean, that's not like substantially different than a mini set, I guess, but similarly annoying. Oh my god, this is really, really annoying. Like obscenely annoying to deal with. Can I do this without actually? I don't want to heal, right? Like any other minion in the world, I'd be just ignoring and going face, right? But this particular lifesteal minion, I think I need to respect. He didn't have an answer to the pinflinger's last turn. Maybe I leave one in case he decides this is worth the consecration. No, I can't. Especially because I just did it in backwards order. Okay. What an offensively stupid turn. I had 7 pings. Unbelievable turn. Okay, didn't kill these. Wow. Man, this is so annoying to deal with though. Arcane shot. So we can go here. No, that won't really work. Oh, actually it'll sort of work, yeah. Well, no, I need to pinflinger it first though. Oh, that'll work. Yeah, I can do that. So I can arcane shot the. Oh no, that's my only spell. Oh, that won't work. Shoot. That won't work. What's my plan? This plan sucks. I don't know how this works. Does the spell burst activate in between the reborn? You know what I mean? Like, is it guaranteed to hit this, or does it the 2/1 pop up and then it resolves? I think we're about to find out. Well, maybe 50% of the time we find out. It does not work that way. Okay, cool, great news. So that sucked. Really, really wanted to hit the big one. Needless to say, it's annoying.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. Surprised he didn't buff this just to You're harder to deal with. It's good for me though. I can kill command it now. I don't have to kill command it, but I think I will. Oh god. Even not popping the Divine Shield's really punishing me now. Ugh. That was such a bad roll, dude. We'd be in 1,000 times better position if that wasn't the roll. So this can definitely hit here. Oh god, I don't have a spell for the pins? Oh no.
The wand picks you.
Oh no. I think I might be about to lose a pin, guy. I think I definitely want to play these both. Crazy that I don't have a pin. Yeah, that sucks. Alright. We lose one pin, sadly. Real sad news. You might think this is like a freezy trap. I don't know. Oh. We lose all the pins anyway. Cool. My opponent's deck nothing but golden cards. Maybe, yeah. Zaus may be just a baller, dude. Good order for me, but he had to do it that way, obviously. It's convenient. All right. I'm sad both my pins are gone, but we've gotten him to 14. If he doesn't stabilize any healing, I mean, that's probably just going to be fine, honestly. See if we can find a multi-shot off this before I do anything else. Oh, I really did. I wasn't actually thinking about playing it, but maybe I should. It's fine, I think. Yeah, whatever. Thinking of 2-3 is kind of a big deal. Oh my Yogg. I didn't even think about oh my Yogg. Scrap shot. Oh, that's terrible. I was gonna say it's fine. 3 out of 4 times, or actually 3 out of 5 times, I guess. Oh, that sucked. Probably should have played a 1 mana spell for the oh my Yogg in that case. Right, like a pretty big commitment on the 4 mana spell. Now I gotta win this race. It's gonna be kind of hard, I think.
A simple spell.
Oh, just terrible cards. Vereesa seems too slow and I don't have enough good spells, right? I think I gotta take the scrap shot here. And just go face with it. I'm gonna lose in a couple turns though. I'm about to just lose, aren't I?
I wonder.
Scrap shot's really not worth any more than a hero power. Well, it's worth 1 more, but... So I'd probably rather just get the Shimmerfly in that case. Really terrible. Just a really terrible tracking. 6, 10, 13. So I'm dead in 2 turns if he goes face. If he trades a little, I might actually be able to buy another turn. Like clear 6 damage here with the explosive shot. Oh, whoa. Okay. A lot of Cairns all of a sudden. You guys called it. You guys called it, baby. All right. That saved me a ton of health and time. Oh my god, you guys called it. Okay. Slayton's a baller. Oh my god, you guys called it. Okay, so he has 12 damage next turn. And I'm at 11, unfortunately. Can I get a lethal? 5, 6, 8. Oh boy. And we're probably looking at an oh my Yogg, right? I might have to kill the Alara here just to make sure I can stay alive. But I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can. I just gotta play another spell first. I don't need the Thalanos. I have poisonous spells, right? So, okay. Let's try this first because the others can go face. Okay, sure. What did I get actually? Oh,
Welcome.
That's sick.
Boys,
Oh!
make some room by the hearth.
Oh my god, wait, I just have
Hey,
lethal
Reed
now.
has
Oh
been
my god, I
loving
didn't
the
even spot
content
this
recently.
earlier. Did I have lethal anyway? I might have had lethal anyway. The discount didn't even matter. I think I just had lethal anyway, didn't I? Once I tested the Oh My Yogg. Oh, well, that's even better. Yay! Shimmy Shammy with 3 months, dude. Sick. Wow, dude. That was fun. Oh man, I gotta pee. No, well, I do, but we'll wait. Oh, I just got a raid. I can't pee now. Clark Hellscream with a 35-person raid. Thank you, Clark Hellscream. He's moving to the legacy set, but he's a baller anyway. Clark Hellscream, cousin of Grom, the cool cousin. I always say the cool cousin. Sloth BM? I don't think it was, right? I had to test the Overwhelm first. I didn't play any unnecessary cards, did I? Undefeated. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Okay, somehow we're winning. We're now, well, that one didn't count. Gotta delete that one. We're 2-1, baby, with a new list. I love it. 2-1. Pins have been good, by the way. I love the pins, dude. The raid made the opponent concede. That win goes out to Clark Hellscream. Thanks, Clark. Cousin of Grom.
I wonder which cards nerfs will get reverted with this revamp. Will Patron Warrior be back in Wild?
I don't think Patron Warrior's coming back. That's too crazy. I hope not anyway. I sure hope there's no Patron Warrior back. I don't even play Wild. I don't want people to have to suffer through that. I don't know if it'd be as good anymore, but still. Those wacky turns, man. And the voice lines. God, the voice lines. Oh, the voice lines. Never again. I actually really didn't play that much during Blackrock. It was like the Hearthstone expansion or adventure, whatever set that I played the least in, I think. I don't know why. It was like my interest was down a little bit during that one. Even though Blackrock is one of my favorite like Warcraft areas ever and stuff. I just love Blackrock, but for whatever reason I wasn't as into that one.
Compared to Razicus and Secret Mage, it is balanced.
Yeah, no, I think it's fair. I don't think it would be OP necessarily. Like I said, I don't know if it'd hold up competitively. Just enjoyment-wise, like, ugh, people would definitely play it. People would love to abuse Warsong again. Argent Crusade was your least played expansion? I don't even know that expansion. Argent Crusade. Grand Tournament? I don't actually know what you mean. I feel like a jerk, but I don't actually... I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean. Argent Crusade. You must be Grand Tournament, because the Argent Crusade was in the Grand Tournament, right? That was their deal, right? That has to be what you mean. Has to be. I think we ripped this Corrosive Breath just to kind of hang in on board here. Anyone else hyped at Shadow Form coming back? Yeah, dude, I would love some Shadow Priest action. It always seemed so fun, but was never really competitive enough. I mean, Shadow Reaper Anduin was basically Shadow Priest on steroids, so hopefully it doesn't get that crazy, but I would love a spin on that. I would actually like a Bubble Priest, a Shield, Divine Shield Priest, because, like, bubbles and, like, Disc Priest was always a thing, like, giving people bubbles as Priest. Even in Classic Vanilla WoW, when I played, I was giving people bubbles all the time. But we don't see any bubbles for Priest. It's like it's a Divine Shield exclusive thing. Or maybe Priest could get its own sort of bubble, you know, whatever it would be called. I don't remember what it was even called. I think it was Power Word Shield, actually. Right? In the actual game. Sounds right. In a long time, but... Oh, Gazrilla would be a cool legendary. Yeah, I like Gaz a lot. Snipe incoming? Oh boy, maybe. Maybe you're right. Trying to get my pin, boys. How dare you, you monster. This is a good snipe test, actually. It's fine if it gets hit. Not a snipe. Uh-oh, now we gotta try again. Okay. Rapid fires are great, obviously. Really, really good. Various reasons. Damage over time mechanics? Yeah, I would love to have some way to, like, put a dot on people. Shadow Word Pain was that in WoW, right? Put a dot on people and... Oh, wow, got a face tank. I love it. Okay. Now it could be snipe again. It's very troublesome. I think I'll just Crawlisk into carry-on studies, though. Like, screw it. I don't need to kill this stuff. This dude's out of cards already. He's only done 2 damage so far. Wand Maker would also be decent, but I'm just... Like, what else am I going to need to remove? I mean, maybe a Dragonbane later or something. I guess I could kill command that probably with a carry-on studies. Cheap dude. Let's just see. Actually, you know what? Resizing Pouch is pretty good. Oh wait, there's no 0 mana. I don't want 0 mana. I want 1 mana on Resizing Pouch so that I can get a 1 mana spell potentially, right? Yeah, let's do that. Oh, Augur Merchant's awesome. Yeah, that's really good. Okay. Use this to test a secret later. Gonna do it now. I don't want to play for shenanigans or whatever. It's fine. Get a freezing trap test easily this way. Assuming it lives, which I think it often does. All right, so he's down to 3 cards. We're at 28 health. We haven't really chipped his health much either, but you know, as he's clearly shown a tendency towards aggression. We want to make sure we keep him in check before we kind of turn the corner and start going hard, which feels like we're about to do.
Why would you need to play around shenanigans? It is a road.
I always play around shenanigans. Always. Hounds could shut down my secret tests, but still doesn't really seem all that exciting to me. Oh, maybe kill this one though. Oh, or just gonna go face. Give me that bola shot punish, please, baby. Bola shot, baby. Shimmerfly instead. All right, we're still gonna test secrets here, I guess. Explosive trap, sure. So that actually doesn't tell us a lot. If that was the first one played, it could still be a freezing. So we need to deal with this stuff. Thankfully, I have some spell damage to do exactly that. Now I'm going to attack. Actually, am I going to kill command face for 6 right now? Probably technically rather put a Wand Maker and a Shimmerfly into play. Or maybe actually just hero power Shimmerfly. I still think I'll be able to get a kill command really easily off carry-on studies. So I'm not super worried about that. Oh, not a freezing trap. Okay. Maybe we do this then, just to get it safely and just build the mana. Since I have the minion on board still. I was thinking if it was freezing trap, I wouldn't have any tempo initiative, but I do now, so there's no need to play minions. Okay. He's at 17. Just a hyena. And an iron for Grizzly. Where did this... Wait, what? Wait. Why is it in the deck? Wait, what? Seriously, though. Why is that? It's not created. Oh my god, I can't believe it's actually in the deck. Okay. Oh my god, did I just do this wrong? Oh no, I have this. Okay. Change clan. Cool. I'm gonna expose my pin flinger here to the world, but I'm okay with it for all this face damage. All right. This was it too. Obviously, I could go there, but actually, in hindsight, maybe I did that backwards. Maybe I should have killed the hyena and then traded into the iron fur, huh? Yeah, that's wrong. Since I'm playing this, if I'm playing this anyway, I didn't originally plan to play this, but if I'm playing it, I definitely did that wrong because I could have killed that and killed this as well. Didn't really matter, I guess, but technically, I think that was a little bit of a boo-boo. Guys, we win again. We still don't have Vereesa, but this like pin flinger hunter is kind of working out cool. I gotta pee. So let's get a couple more of this, and then I still sort of want to play Valheim. I've never played it. I bought it today. Maybe just hop in and see what it's all about.
But then Pack Tactics might have denied.
Oh, Pack Tactics, true. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I did make the right call. Thank you. Yes.
Still go face.
Right. Yeah. Screw. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about Pack Tactics. You're right. I made a good decision. Accidentally. Well, I mean, it was actually my instinct, so. Man, I feel like I've even seen these cards. Where did these come from? I want cheaper stuff, right? I have a chance to hit some expensive stuff, though. Too early to talk about Battlegrounds Classic. I actually think it's kind of crazy to already have Hearthstone Classic. It seems a little early to me. I thought that would be more like a 10-year mark sort of thing. I mean, we're getting close to 10 years, but I think the timing is good though. If you're gonna rotate out the classic set, it makes sense to give it another like home to live in, and even though it's changed, obviously, it still lets people feel like those cards still have a bit more interest and power, which totally get the timing. But I was surprised. People asked about that a lot, and I always said like, seems like that'd be quite a ways off yet. I mean, it took better part of 15 years, right?
Welcome, boys. Make some room by the
And they pushed back against it a long time. Hey, good at lagging, dude. 2 months, amazing. Thank you, sir. Really cool, dude. Appreciate it.
You don't pick the ones.
All right, it's fine. Pretty good hand here, actually. A lot of reactivity. Not a lot of damage yet, but it's coming. You know, we can find it. Scrap shot face? I love it. Zero respect for me, sir. How dare you? I'm gonna show you the same respect coming right back. Man, Clear the Way has been terrible. Not so bad that we want to add rush minions, of course, but it's been tough. Seem to find a lot of these, don't we?
Easy there.
The not played. I don't know what the prediction is. Will Scrap Shot buff a beast in hand? Got it. Yes or no, it will not be played. That's a good one, man. Finally, an active corrosive here. Really good. We almost never see these. You know what? Screw it up. Every point matters, man. Every point matters. Let's go. Are we ever going to draw Vereesa? We're like 6 games in and I don't have a Vereesa yet. Never even seen her, I don't think. Trample combo deck here, maybe. Yeah, definitely Ramek in there. Well, that's a good crawlist target for sure. He plays a small minion. I might have to trade first or overwhelm first, probably. Would be fine. Ooh, that's juicy. I like that. I like that a lot. That looks real good. I don't think any of these matter. Beast technically for kill command, I guess, right? Always. Okay, let's just make that really cheap. Again, this doesn't matter at all. I'm not gonna play these. I'm just making the beast super cheap for double kill command next turn. So that's 10, so I only need 3 damage to stick. So if he plays another trampling rhino hero power, we should just have lethal next turn. Let's be sick. Do it! Do it! Play the trampling rhino hero power. Do it! I dare you. Do it. Do it.
Mind if I roll need?
Well, that's fine too. Whatever. Not a hero power, but same deal. Cool. GG, man. I even got some extra kill commands. What do you know? Perfect. Why go to all that trouble with trampling rhinos when you get a pin flingers? You can have pin flingers and Professor Slate and Circus Amalgams and Crawls Park Strippers, man. What? Is this our legend deck, guys? We're 4-1. We're actually at an 80% win rate right now. Is this my legend climb deck this month? Oh my god, why is this working at all? This has to be an anomaly, right? Actually has to be an anomaly. This cannot be the real deal of this deck. There's just no way.
This ends now for the Horde.
It's good, I guess. I still don't think it's actually very good. I think it's just a fluke. I don't know. Yeah, Bark Stripper's been very important, I feel like. It's been good. Spellburst Hunter. Key Spellburst Hunter build around. Draw dragon. No dragon, but I think it still happens. I mean, we could wait if I think a hero power is really worth it. No. Definitely not our favorite play, but this is really cool, so I'm hesitant to just throw that away. Is this spell damage hunter? Yeah, sort of. I mean, we haven't actually played Vereesa yet. We're not usually actually using much spell damage, but theoretically, yeah. Of course, yeah. It's great. I would almost call it more like Spellburst Shaman because of the Pin Flinger and the Bark Stripper. They've felt like the best cards so far. So cheap Spell Hunter, Spellburst Hunter, you know, whatever. Oh, we also have Mage Scribe too, so it's definitely a lot of Spellburst cards. Bola Shot here, a little weird, unfortunately. Bola Shot plus Arcane Shot's fine, I guess, but not amazing. Yeah, this is like the worst positioning for Bola Shot, isn't it? Might just rip the Amalgam for now and hope for better later. I don't know. It's just this is not exciting.
I wonder.
Because this makes any Bola Shot clear on anything basically later. How did I get into Hearthstone? Well, I mean, it was always in World of Warcraft, so I loved the lore and characters and world and stuff already. As far as like actually starting Hearthstone, a friend of mine suggested it to me or whatever. Like, you got to play this. So I started playing. I was already playing Heroes of the Storm at the time, I think. Maybe? Yeah, I think I was. I started about the same time with both. I had been not super into games or
I like to think they teach me.
PC gaming at the very least in a little while. It'd been a couple of years since I'd been into PC gaming a lot. I was busy doing work stuff and career stuff, so I didn't have a lot of PC gaming going on at the time, but that kind of rejuvenated my PC gaming love, which had grown initially in like vanilla World of Warcraft and Half-Life 2 and all those, that era, like my high school PC gaming era. Up until which point I'd been a console gamer as a kid, you know, like every kid, I think, or most kids till these days. Heroes of the Storm Pro? No, not a pro player. I wrote articles in guides and stuff, but no, I was basically a legend level Heroes of the Storm player. Pretty good, but not like pro level. Basically, probably about the same as in Hearthstone, frankly. I don't think I ever peaked as high in Heroes those I have in Hearthstone. So Hearthstone still actually I'm more competitive in Hearthstone for sure. I never made like top 200 players in Heroes or anything. More like probably top couple thousand or something. Yeah, Slate's actually been pretty good. Yeah. Slate's been pretty good. I crapped on him, but he's felt pretty good. Sticking on board twice even? That's nuts. That's crazy. Felt like I was losing this game until I played Slate, to be frank. And now it doesn't feel like I'm losing this game anymore. Man. I guess I gotta scrap shot this. It's just not, it's not great. It's not great. Go ahead and do that too. Just get it out of the way, right? You never know. That little chip damage might add up to a lot later. So, yeah, we're light on stuff, but Mage Scribe can fix that, no problem. No problem. Yeah, Vereesa, exactly, yeah. We got her off tracking, and I picked a 1-1 instead. That tells you a lot. Definitely tells you a lot. Oh, Glide. Oh my god! That glide! Oh my goodness, that glide! Oh my god. 1 mana off from this being really exciting. Where I can hero power with it. So I think we stick to the Cobalt this turn, squeeze in another hero power to set up some lethals for later. In fact, we're just gonna Arcane Shot as well. Even if he heals a little bit here, I have 12 incoming next turn, so hopefully a heal's not gonna lose us the game. Otherwise, we missed a reinforcements. But I'd rather just put him on the short clock than the 3-turn long clock, right? That glide, dude, I can't believe it. What a sick roll off the glide. Is Skull gonna have enough? Feels like no, but I don't know. Okay, I didn't see us taking this game back, but Slate completely, and my greed for the Bola too, by the way. I give myself a little bit of credit, to be honest. My greed for the Bola paid off crazy well. All right, dude. The Vereesa deck that never plays Vereesa. Why do we keep winning? This is crazy. We're 5-1. Are you guys playing this deck? Can anybody tell me if they're having similar results on their end? Or if this is just a fluke? Did we find some magic gap in the meta or something? What is going on? Alright, Druid's gonna beat us for sure, right? Druid beats us 100% of the time. Always. Might actually keep the Barkstripper against Druid, right? They could have a big threat or something. Oh, they might have a lot of tokens though. That doesn't beat tokens. No, I'm actually gonna keep stuff to keep up with tokens. I actually needed to find a explosive trap somehow. I even have a way to do that. Only Shimmerflies and Vulpiras and other things. Oh my god. I'm even BMing out to come Hunter. Oh no. Oh no. The BM sent him over the edge. Oh, this is unreal. I can't. Oh my god. Oh boy. Yeah, just keep winning. I don't know what to do. I was gonna stop playing when we lost, but we never lose. my god, we're 6-1. Crazy. Unreal, dude. The BM won me that game, there's no question. He conceded because he wasn't about that BM life, dude. Alright, this Paladin's gonna beat us. They beat us last time, too. It's our only loss. So, no, it was Warlock that beat me. Oh, never mind. We beat the Paladin last time. Oh, I forgot. Oh my god. Can we do it again? Doubt it. Doubt it. This is just the worst deck we've ever made. You guys were making fun of this deck so hard at the beginning. You were it looks like an arena deck at the bottom. Like, what is this? Why you got all this garbage? And it's working shockingly well. It's my fastest legend climb yet. Oh man. I just can't believe it. He knows Dribbling turn 1 is high risk. Is it really against Hunter though? I think he might have had a reasonable expectation that it was going to live against Hunter. Hunter usually only has minions early, I think. I'm trying to think of any regularly run Hunter card right now that would have answered a turn 1 Gibberling. Demon Companion, Guardian Og Merchant. Demon Companion only sometimes, of course, but occasionally.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, there are a few actually. So I don't think it's crazy to... Yeah, he kind of played into it a bit. Face Hunter, only really Demon Companion occasionally when it hits the charge guy. Alright, weirdly enough, they're going to be able to clear this. I don't know if it's good to, but I kind of think I have to. If I give up the board too hard, I'm never going to get anywhere. Draw a beast. I bet you'll like the current prediction. Let's see. Will Vereesa Hunter be played this game? Dude, we haven't even seen one. It's bonkers to me. Bola shot is awkward here. I think this and scrap shot's what happens. Unfortunately, it's a big waste, I know, but if I get an arcane shot, I guess I would like Pinflinger, arcane shot, hero power instead, right? Misdirection theoretically has pretty good upside. I could leave the Pinflinger out. I think I will, because it's that same story we saw before where if he kills it, he's gonna kill it with a 4-attack weapon, and I think that's still a net victory for us, because this is a pretty efficient play otherwise. Because I'd love this to go face later. Over the top. And it's just so punishing for him to trade a 4-1 weapon into this. Or maybe not punishing, but it's just awkward, right? Like, it doesn't feel clean. Feels like you're like, ugh, I really have to do that. I still need plays, though. That's my problem. Kralisk. So that makes this worth it, I think. Not going to play the Kralisk yet, but suddenly having the buff in hand is really nice. So the Pinflinger also bought us this buff, which is cool. I need him to commit a big minion here. Big taunt guy. I actually don't want him to misdirect into it, though. So if he attacks face, we're kind of punished, I guess. I need a better spell. Oh, I didn't hit one. I gotta waste my bola. Definitely worth it to waste the bola, but still feels like a waste a little bit. All right. So we've only gotten him to 24. He's really kind of at 26. Need a 1-mana spout. Rapid fire, please. I need him to play Libram of Hope and then attack face and then attack into his own Libram of Hope. That would be the dream. We'll see. Does this mean Blizz is turning the corner? Or are they going to change? I don't know. There's been a few positive things in a row, I think. I hope so, man. Frankly, I think there was a pretty good stretch of positive things from an economy standpoint in Hearthstone, but then the battle pass thing kind of derailed that in most people's perspective. Can we see more of your beautiful forehead? Is it really close to... Oh, my hair is funny. I messed it up earlier. I forgot. But hey, man, here's the thing. Corporations, giant mega corporations, it's hard to get a lot of morality out of them usually. Things are, you know, business decisions, and that's not always a bad thing either, by the way. It's business decisions are a thing, right? I need a way to reactivate this spell burst. I don't even know, like a hunter's mark isn't even really good enough. Bestial Wrath, elusive shots, garbage. If I had a cheap spell to play with the Bestial Wrath, right, like we'd be pumped, but I don't. I guess I take a mystery choice. Worst case, I scrap shot. I don't know. Man, this is tough. Feels like our worst matchup for sure. I feel dead here. I don't know. Gotta do this so that if it hits, I can at least do stuff. But hey, Neo, dude, thanks, man. Yeah, Lieutenant Eddie's the best, man. He's a really cool dude. In real life too. I've met him in real life too. He's awesome. Super chill guy. All right, down to 2. How do I make this misdirection any good? Set up for the multi-shot nicely, which is cool. Can't play it with Mage Scribe though, so hopefully I can fill my turn somehow. I feel like I'm just never gonna have enough gas in the tank to really make a play. Oh, well, multi-shot's not very good anymore. Misdirection can hit it for 16 though. Oh god. Oh, it could absolutely hit it for 16. Do I take that play is the question. Yeah, I'm gonna pretend like I don't have anything to do and just hope that he misdirects himself for 16. Oh my god, please. Please. Does he know it's only misdirection? He's attacked into minions. He's... Oh my god! It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed to hit it for 16. Is this my out? Can I find a lethal now? This is my favorite deck ever. Oh my god. He's gonna heal to 12. Can I deal 12? I don't think right now. Oh my god, this is 8. Oh. That's 8. No, that's not 8. That's 6. Never mind, scratch that. So he has 28 coming back, right? I actually have to kill a minion here. Probably dead anyway for the record, but I have to kill a minion and set up for a lethal next turn. How on earth do I do that? I don't really think there's a way. It hit face for 4. He goes back to 10. I think I have to play the Mage Scribe, right? And I have to draw a card off this. I think I gotta do this. I'm alive at 2. As far as we can see. If I hit a dragon, I've got 3, 4, 6. That won't do it. That won't do it, I don't think. Oh my god. I mean, I'm alive though? You gonna leave this up? Oh, I'm dead. Oh, he got my kill command. No! Oh, that was a good try though, dude. The misdirect game is out. That was a fun game.